What's up, guys? We are the Unwighed Podcast, where we come and talk to you about all things Pokemon on a weekly basis. Today's date is Wednesday, April 13th. With me is my man, Pokesoul, and I'm Pokemon Juju, and it's good to be with you guys today.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
We're on a roll.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Every week. Have you ever? I mean, has anything happened this week for you? You look like stressed. There's like a lot of stuff going on.
Real estate,
or what?
Yeah. Dude, you like the
he
past
said
like
the same thing when I walked into the door today.
The past like 3 weeks.
What's wrong with you?
The past like 3 weeks, like you've like just been like inactive, like on.
I'm trying to retire,
guys.
guys.
In our text message, like in our group chat. Like I said this last episode, but
I said this to him on the phone.
I'm just like sad. Like
today I called you and I was like, you see how how we're talking right now? Like, I feel like this. We need to get Eli in this more. Like, but he doesn't love us.
He doesn't love us like we.
But we
him.
hang out like almost every day now, bro.
I'm sorry,
but it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
You also live across fucking town, so
yeah, you do live across town.
Actually, I took a different way to get here, and the GPS said it was gonna be shorter. It was fucking longer. Like it brought me down Blanco.
What are you using, Waze?
Why?
No.
Waze?
Have you heard of Waze?
Yes.
So on Waze, you can like make the voice different, and so if you put it in an Indian accent, it like sings to you, and it'd be like. Turn left.
No, it does not.
I swear. Yeah. And
There's no way.
I'm gonna download
it'd be like in 30 feet, make a right. You need to watch it, dude.
Oh my
God. Or you need to
God.
download it and try it out.
That's hilarious.
That probably would have made the trip shorter.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I'm sorry. I'll start talking more. I'll figure it out.
Before we get into anything.
This
episode is brought to you
by Graded Guard.
Graded Guard.
As always, use code 20% off. Use code Unweighed.
That's what you want in your card right there.
Yeah.
To protect your card, and so that's 20% off with our code, and all orders over $50 get free shipping.
Mm-hmm.
So I know we've been kind of talking back and forth about having guests, here and there, sporadically, and as many. IRL. Remember he told me that last time in real life.
We learned stuff. We learned stuff.
We know that it's not always possible.
To have people in here with us.
To do it like
we want to fly people out, but
we want to fly people out.
Yeah, but somebody doesn't want to.
Somebody doesn't want to.
So we're gonna start. We're gonna start bringing in people virtual style. So I'm gonna kind of give a little bit of a intro to this guest before we bring him on. So. He's one of the coolest guys in the Poke game.
Yeah.
Style for days. Poke puns like you wouldn't believe.
Poke puns, yes. 1,000%.
Hitting the gym more than the Hitmonlees.
Yep.
Or hitting the punching bags.
Yep.
I can't do it like him.
You can't.
Maybe he likes maple syrup. Maybe he doesn't.
We'll find out today.
We're going to find out today.
We'll find out today.
With our first virtual guest.
Today.
Trainer Tre.
Hey.
Hello, good sir.
What is up? What's up,
my
man?
guy?
How we doing? I think you're going for Hitmonchan's.
Hitmonchan. See? There you go. That was better.
I got you.
I already like him
And
more
yes,
than you.
yes, maple syrup is phenomenal.
You hear
If
that?
you're
He
not
said
putting
he
it in
likes
your
you more than
coffee
me
and
already.
on your spaghetti. Oh,
On your spaghetti?
I've seen people
No,
do
not on
that.
spaghetti, but
No,
yeah,
I've seen
maybe.
people do that.
On your spaghetti?
Wait, do you like maple
not bad.
cookies? Those maple leaf cookies? It's like
I haven't had one of those in a very long time, but yeah,
we sell those at Trader Joe's and they're stupendous.
Stupendous?
So good.
Can you bring us any?
Phenomenal.
So Tre, welcome to the Unwighed Podcast.
Yeah.
Again,
Come on, thank you kindly. I appreciate
are
you
very
having me on here
first.
for real.
our very first virtual guest.
It is a legendary type honor. Thank you kindly.
So yeah, we always catch up on how our week's going. How's your week going, man?
It's going good, man. Another day alive, another blessing in disguise. You know what I'm saying? Just working away and doing things and drinking coffee and eating poutine and drinking maple syrup. And all the fucking things you think Canadians do over here, right? Obviously.
So this whole
No, it's going
episode
good,
is just
man.
going to be just like a bunch of Canadian stuff. I'm surprised you weren't wearing a mountain
I'm ready
outfit
for it.
when you joined in here.
I'm gonna be dead ass serious. Like 5 minutes before the stream started, I had a plaid red shirt on. I'm like, I can't. I'll put the denim on. I'll put the denim long sleeve on. And we'll leave it at that.
That's great. That's so great. That's so good.
Dead ass, yeah.
So
That's
we'll get into it. Have you guys bought anything this week? You know, we'll act like he's here with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I'm like right at the table. Where I'm sitting, I'm at the table.
But the great
right
thing
there.
is,
Yeah.
like, he's literally
Don't knock
here.
my coffee over.
Yeah, so I can look at
Round
over there and
table.
I'm looking back at
Yeah,
you. So
cool.
I kind of okay. So
So,
I'm liking what this is.
yeah.
going. We were questioning how it was gonna look looking at the screen, looking at each other, but it literally feels like you're sitting right
Yeah.
there.
Here.
You're
I feel
like,
like I'm right there
50
with you
feet
guys.
away, so I'm like looking at him like, why are you so far away? But it's all right. It'll work.
I'm not that far right here.
What did I pick anything up this week?
Oh, you know what we did this week?
What did we do?
He busted. Well,
What did you do?
What?
we sent off a PSA sub.
Oh
It's his
yeah,
first sub.
yeah. We sent off my
Oh, I
first.
see that. You did.
No, wrong one.
Damn it, dude.
I'm not good with the buttons.
Stay off the buttons.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
so-
sent off my first PSA sub.
and it arrived.
Yeah,
It arrived in a day, and it's already in Newport Beach. So
When you
Hell
said
yeah.
PSA subs, I always overnight. Do you do that?
no, I prioritied.
Oh, okay.
And
Like 2 days.
it says 3 days, but
Legendary.
it always gets there in like a day and a half, bro. Especially if you're
Congratulations, by the way. That's a cool first thing to do. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. I mean, it wasn't my
Especially
first
in the community.
graded card to submit because I did my very first thing I ever did
first
was
PSA.
TGA.
Yep.
It looked cool and it was cheap, so I was like, fuck it, I'll send them off.
At this point in time with the community, that's not a bad option. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
But it definitely it was,
cards are scarce and hard to grade, we have options at TGA.
it was my first PSA. Yeah. So I'm pretty stoked.
There's a bunch of there's like 6.
There's like
Zards.
6 Charizards in that submission.
Ooh.
Yeah.
how many cards collectively did you submit? Like how many cards altogether?
You did.
We
six?
sent 19 because we had we sent 19
We
collectively.
thought we had 20, and then I don't know. We did the math wrong, and then
Yeah.
I was like, well, "Fuck it, I don't feel like."
Because
going through
my
and
little
picking up another
brother
one.
actually took one slot because, dude. Okay, so a little story time.
Okay, so
This
wait,
is
hold on.
insane.
Oh,
I'm gonna start from the
I know the
beginning.
story.
Before
I know
you
the
jump on
story
this,
too.
so I pulled a fucking Charizard like a few weeks ago, and has been sitting on this video and finally posted it, and then literally.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
okay,
intro this
yeah.
because this is funny. So his brother posted a picture of like something, and then I was like, "Yo, let me trade you on this." And he was like, "All right, what you got?" And I completely forgot to hit him back.
So it could have been him.
So it
But
could have been me.
I'll start from the beginning. So my little brother just got into collecting. God damn
It could have been
every
me.
time. Okay. I was like, God damn it, Juju. So my little
got
brother
it, you hit
just got into collecting maybe like, I don't know, 6 months ago, maybe a little less. And he's not like rich or anything like that, so he doesn't have a lot of money. He's also just had a baby. Actually, just yesterday, he had his baby.
Hey.
Wait, he had the baby?
Yeah, the baby was born yesterday.
You know,
Sold.
just the
Your
other
brother.
day, it was 8 pounds, 6 ounces. Do a little tumble tines on the bassinet. Congratulations to Sad Team Rocket on the baby. Let's do a little clap for that baby.
Sad
right
Team
now.
Rocket, that's my little
Do
brother.
that, just do this.
There we go. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
We're using that way too much
Thanks,
now.
y'all. Okay. No,
Okay,
it is
there's
with the
another one.
buttons.
Okay.
Yes.
No. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, he barely got into collecting, and he hasn't opened up much stuff. He doesn't have a big collection or anything like that. And he, very first thing he ever bought was a Champions Path ETB. And we were sitting right in here, and then like he just ripped it open and ended up pulling the shiny Charizard V, the black one.
First
Yeah,
ETB.
first thing ever bought, first ETB, and he pulls that Charizard.
And you burst it into a mini little table
Yeah,
shaker,
I was
and you're like
like-
shaking, and you're like,
Dude, I was freaking out because I needed that one actually because I pulled the Rainbow Charizard twice. Anyway, and I was like freaking out. But anyway, okay, so cool. He pulled that, right? 2 months later, we go to Collecticon. He buys a shiny Charizard V box, the Japanese version of that, and he pulls the shiny Charizard, not the V, but the other Charizard on that's in that set.
okay.
He pulled that one in Japanese at Collecticon, and I was like, dude, what the hell? Like, there's 2 Charizards in a row. Then that same day,
Start hunting luck.
yeah, that same day he did a random little dice. I didn't even tell you about this. He did a random little dice game like at a table.
He was playing craps
and
on the side
and
of
they were like,
the
it was like if you
gambler
you
thing.
get this and you get the slab or whatever.
Wait. So before you start, at our table at CollectCon, we're gonna be playing craps and dice. I'm gonna set up a
we?
cardboard box against the
I
table.
have a spin wheel and
so
everything.
down.
And
I have a spin wheel, too.
I have a Plinko machine.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Okay,
sorry,
I'm just
sorry.
like capitalizing on his luck. Like
Oh,
he
yeah.
he just like was like $10. It was just random. It was like $10 or whatever, and then he did it, and you had to get like 3 of a kind. And it goes down these little like stairs or whatever, and then it hit it like the first time, and he won I think it was an 8.5 Japanese Erica's Venusaur.
So this guy has a lot of good luck.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
So okay,
He's
that
got
happened,
good
right?
luck. Good beginner's luck. Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
about a week ago, he went to GameStop, traded in 2 PS4 controllers, and like he had a $5 gift card, and he spent like 20 extra bucks, and he bought like 15 blisters from Brilliant Stars. First pack he opens, he pulls the alternate art Charizard, the alternate Charizard V.
You know,
I'm like, what the hell,
I've
dude?
opened like 400. I've opened like 400 sleeve blisters still chasing that card.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like
First
what the
one.
hell. So
First
okay,
one.
now getting into
Fuck my
the
life.
even crazier thing, he took both those Charizards, the alternate art one and the Japanese one, and he traded it to Power Pack for a base set 2 pack And he wasn't gonna open it. He was not gonna open it. He was just gonna he was gonna keep it. Like
He literally considered trading me.
His first vintage pack. First vintage pack ever. And then his friend goes over and he's like, "Yo, like it's heavy." Like I don't. He said they didn't even weigh it, but the dude was just like, "It's heavy." Like I don't know why.
He's like, just held it in his hand.
Yeah, he's like, it's heavy. He's like,
was this Frosty?
Yeah, it's Frosty. Yeah,
Frosty. We're gonna go buy some packs at the Collecticon with me. Okay, we're gonna pick some fucking packs up.
Proclaimed over his like prophecy, like it's heavy.
And he was like, "It's heavy. Just do it. With your luck, you're gonna pull a Charizard." And he was like, "I don't know, man. I don't want to do it."
God, I wish I was there.
And then he was like, "Dude, just do it." So they did it. And they did a little video of it. And he pulled a fucking base set 2 Charizard, dude. Like,
so we're gonna put the Instagram account with the video link to it.
Yeah.
That'd be
I don't understand.
I'm gonna go over there now for all my packs.
That's 4 Charizards in a row.
Let them pick your packs.
Where's
for you.
your Charizard pulled, bro?
I have none. Oh no,
Yeah,
I have the
cool.
2. The only Charizards I pulled is the 2 from Champion's Path. The 2 Rainbow Rares. They're the same one, but I pulled it twice.
What's the best card you've ever pulled?
The Hidden Fates Charizard from Hidden Fates when I first got it and sold it
The
for
Charizard
50
GX?
bucks. Yeah.
Oh,
and
shit.
I sold it for $50.
What the hell?
Trey, what's the best card you ever pulled?
Like best card as of recent.
Last few years of collecting, yeah.
We opened up the Shining Fates. I got just recently. I there's a place called Zephyr, and I tried just to test order from them realistically, and it was during the live stream, one of my live streams. We opened up the single Shining Fates Pikachu collection box that I got and pulled the Charizard out of it,
Nice.
like on the last pack of it. Yeah, and that was just,
I have
random.
the worst luck with any vintage packs, but almost every I have the worst luck with modern stuff, but almost every vintage pack that I've opened, I've almost.
I was literally about to say, this guy's like, I have the worst luck with vintage packs. Opens a pack a couple days ago, pulls a Charizard. I got the fucking worst luck.
I've pulled more hollows than not. With
modern, I have the worst luck. I've gotten lucky a couple of times, but I've had the worst luck with modern. Like Chilling Rain, I probably opened up 10 booster boxes and only pulled 2 alternate arts out of it. And
That would drive me crazy. That's why I don't
Chilling
open
Pain.
too many modern.
Chilling Pain, bro.
right?
Yeah,
Chilling
but I
Pain.
will say in Evolving Skies, I bought a random blister from Target and I pulled the Umbreon VMAX. So
Well, speaking of
Nice.
speaking of pulling stuff,
Excuse
we're
me?
gonna be hitting 100. We're gonna be
Just because Trey's here,
we're gonna be hitting 100 subscribers here organically.
think
As
we're
I like
at,
to
like,
say, on,
80.
yeah, we're almost
Phenomenal.
we're almost there. And once we hit 100 on YouTube, and we already hit 100 on Instagram, we're gonna be giving away some stuff that you can be pulling some stuff out of. So.
I'll be sure the 151 squad will be in here when this one drops, and we'll get you guys to that 100.
Hell
we
yeah,
appreciate
hell yeah.
that. We were in we joined his chat the other day, and freaking 8 or 9 people joined from the 151 squad. So
Hey,
appreciate you, brolums. Appreciate
Well
you.
deserved,
We
man.
gotta go
Well
to
deserved,
Canada.
of course.
Yeah, eh?
we should take a trip to Canada.
You do.
So
Yeah,
we should
Studio opens up soon, man. Come through. We'll do a podcast
with
right in the
your
studio.
unlimited
Hell
playing
yeah.
fun, or he's the one that has the playing fun.
I have the
Oh,
playing
you have
fun.
unlimited
Trey,
playing
yeah.
fun? Sick.
So before we
It's
dive
with
into wait, so I didn't even say we were asking if you bought stuff. I bought some spicy stuff.
Oh, you did. You brought it.
And I brought it for show and tell.
Yeah, dick.
I bought some Grail level stuff, folks.
Oh, yeah?
Grail level
Oh,
stuff.
is it
Grail
Fucking
level
is
stuff.
is it the thing? Is it the thing that
Yeah.
you showed?
It's
The-
that thing with the thing
yeah,
on
it's
top.
that. Okay.
The thing with the thing on top.
You know, it's the thing with the thing.
Nice. Nice.
What
I
about you,
picked up
Trey?
some singles recently. Yeah. I was just gonna say, I'm sorting through and stuff like that right now for inventory for the shop. But of course, I always do the thing where I'm like, for the shop, for me.
It's gonna be like
For me?
one for you. You're splitting.
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
You can't make money this way, my friend.
No, you can't. But you know what? You can add to your collection, River.
Oh yeah, I saw you post that. It's so
yeah.
sweet.
So can we?
I
Just,
want to send this off to get it graded. That's
can we just
like a
agree it's the
cool-
best dog out of all of them?
it is.
You know what? I'm right there with you. I'm gonna say.
And is
that.
it? Are they dogs or cats? Because
They're dogs,
They're
but
dogs.
they're dogs, but they're
Based on
based off
cats.
cats. That's so
Cat
weird.
dog.
they were smoking some
Dog.
serious
Cat.
dank when they fucking said
Yeah, I was gonna
that.
say. You guys ever watch Cat Dog?
Yeah.
One fine day,
That's
one for the
actually-
pearl.
That's
baby,
like
one for the
insane.
pearl.
I know, yeah.
Holy
That's-
shit, knows it off the top of his head.
Dude, Cat Dog is like top 5.
I never liked to
Nickelodeon.
watch it.
Dude, I
It weirded
love
me
Cat
out.
Dog.
It weirded me out.
It did. It weirded
It
me
was
out, but I've
super
watched it when it
weird.
was like, what else is on? It would be like, what else is on? Fucking nothing. Cat Dog it is.
Well,
Have you
Yeah,
watched it as
Alright,
have you
yeah.
watched it as an adult though? It's fucking weird.
It was definitely probably
true.
Now that I'm looking back, it's probably definitely not like
It's like some human centipede.
yeah,
type
like
stuff.
aimed towards kids.
Cat Dog.
Like,
Yeah.
where did the shit come out?
Exactly. Where did this shit? Ooh, okay, hold on.
The real questions that were being asked.
Wait,
right
hold
Yeah.
on. Before I forget, so last episode I did a joke, and it was about where did trees poop. So today I have a good joke, and it kind of goes with local pop culture, everything going on right now with Will Smith. So here it is for you guys. Pokemon Juju's dad joke of the day.
Ready for it.
How do you follow Will Smith through the snow? How do you? I'll tell you how.
I have.
You follow
No idea, tell me.
You just follow the Fresh Prince.
Can I press it?
No, it's good. I know. I need a drum roll. I need a drum roll.
No label maker. God damn it.
He didn't even say Trey. He was like, he took his headphones off. He was about to leave.
Oh, thank you, Trey.
You guys still haven't made a label maker for that fucking thing yet?
No, I have one. I have
Come
one.
on.
Forget it.
We were like 8 episodes ago.
I'm on the drive
Let's go.
in, and I'm just like, fuck.
So yeah, if you guys want a good dad joke, how do you follow Will Smith through the snow? You follow the Fresh Prince.
Follow the Fresh Prince.
If you say it twice, it doesn't make it
I
any
don't
better,
get
bro. Like, you're acting like, did you not hear me? Let me say it again.
It was
no.
funny. It was funny, huh? It was funny, huh?
Man.
So
But anyway, well,
Let me fill you in on what that joke means.
wait, what?
No?
Yeah.
Wow, I was an Uncle Phil
Dang,
reference.
I got it.
I was gonna say somebody. Fucking A.
You got it.
Thank you.
That was good.
Leave me hanging.
I feel kind of less cultured right now. So I work with this guy at Trader Joe's, and I'll be like with the customer, and he's like super Mexican, like he has a really thick accent. No, not like it doesn't matter, but he has a really thick accent. So he'll come and he'll just tell like, "Hey, can I tell you a joke?" And we'll be like, "All right." And he'd be like, "How much is a roof cost for a house?" And he'd be like, "It doesn't cost nothing. It's on the house."
that's a joke.
But then he'll be like,
funny.
he like does his laugh, and we'll just be like looking at him like,
Dude, we should have him on the podcast.
Oh,
Okay,
why didn't you have him on this one?
No.
Right.
So he does do like financial things on the side, and he said, "I would like to pay you for an hour," and I was like, "That's be the whole episode, like not just a segment, because we don't do like 3-hour episodes." So we might have Sergio come and do a
That'd be cool. Have some random people. That'd be great.
I'm so fun for that.
have nothing to do with Pokemon.
So yeah.
Nothing. Bring Sergio
So
to
before we
Joe's.
dive further into today's topic, into some show and tell goodness, there's a little bit of TCG news. Not much sales news going on from last week's
Nobody can top
craziness.
it.
Yeah, nobody can top that.
So kind of like, going on kind of in that same vibe as the Logan Paul thing. They just announced like the top 300 entries for the 2022 Pokemon TCG illustration contest. So that's pretty
So
cool.
Oh
sick,
yeah,
man. So
yeah.
sick.
I saw that. I saw all that. Yeah, I saw. Dude, the Sizor fucking arts look so sick.
So I'm going to read a little bit about this. The top 300 entries from this year's official Pokemon TCG illustration contest have been announced by the Pokemon Company. There was a total of 10,830 entries.
I feel like
So
there should have been more.
I
Well, if you think
honestly, I
about
was going
it-
to say that's kind of like people are like, fuck it, I'm not, and then it's like 10,800 does seem like significantly low, but I guess
Yeah.
it is. I mean,
I would think about it like out of the TCG players, like how many of them are like, okay, here, I'm an artist, I'm gonna like try it out.
I was going to say like
Or be
how
a
many of them are
legitimate
like,
list.
all right, I'm a,
Or like have enough
Yeah.
cojones to like trust their like send their stuff
Send
out.
it in. Did you have to pay to submit?
have the Ultra Balls to send their art in. Yeah.
the contest was open to residents from the U.S. and Japan from October 12th, 2021 to January 31st.
$10
this year.
says someone from Japan wins.
The theme of this contest was to draw Pokemon in its daily life, which I think is a pretty dope theme. Artists, oh god, I'm burping. Sorry. Artists could draw either Bulbasaur, Charizard, Pikachu,
Yeah.
Arcanine, Galarian, Rapidash, Sizor, which is like my like favorite Pokemon, Great Ninja, or Cramorant. And the winning artist will be announced in June. The first place winner's artwork will be turned into a promo card. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. Some of the
pretty cool,
some of
man.
the
So there's only-
Cramorants- Oh, go ahead.
There's only one winner. There's only one winner collectively out of the 10,800 like submissions.
If you ain't
One.
first, you're
There
last.
can be only
Yeah.
one.
So from
pretty
like a
cool.
creative standpoint, what do you think about like things like this for the community?
I think it's awesome. I think it like allows people the opportunity to kind of like create something, like you said, just from the community perspective. Whereas like I think we see that a lot, obviously, right? Like where people are like, oh, it'd be awesome to see more people like get creatively involved in the card hobby in that regard, right? I know obviously they hire out phenomenal artists, and there's probably a whole perspective in which that goes down. But to put something like this out there to give everybody the opportunity who, like you said, has the Ultra Balls to like submit their artwork and have it, you know what I mean, seen by people. I think that's friggin' awesome, man. That's definitely cool. I think it would have been awesome. I'm not entirely certain of like all the parameters of like the runner up and everything, but I think it'd be cool to have like if they have a page where it showcases like the top 100 and there's like, you know what I mean, they get a small prize or something like that, right? Whether the Pokemon Company sends them like a booster pack or, you know, and then obviously the top tier person or the top artist wins something. But I think it's cool. I'd like to give, shed some light on other artists out there other than just the ones
there
that they hire on.
there should be at least like five winners.
Well,
Yeah, like a consolation prizes sort of deal, or
something. I'm pretty sure they might get something. But with the Pokemon, so like for you guys, would you? So another thing they didn't do is that it was Bulbasaur and the other one. So it was either Bulbasaur or Rhydon. Which one would you have picked?
Oh, so you had to choose between one or another.
Yeah, which one would you have picked?
Probably Bulbasaur could be easier.
I think I would have chose Rhydon. Honestly.
Rhydon would have been cooler,
yeah.
but
Because
Bulbasaur would have
if
been
you chose
easier.
Rhydon, you'd be riding on these nuts. So.
That's the third episode.
Right on, bro.
Third time, dude.
Right on with the jokes, right on time.
And I even fell into it too. Like you knew I was like, oh, Julian's gonna choose the
literally, I was
non-popular
right there.
one. Fucking A,
That's
man.
me, Trey.
my thought process, or Rhydon, I'm like,
I was hoping I was gonna go all the way around because if they all said Bulbasaur, I was hoping somebody said Rhydon.
You bastard.
And of course it
gonna
was
go for
Juju.
I'm glad it was him first. I was about to say it. So.
fucking guy. Fucking
So,
guy.
anyways, but the arts are really cool. The Cramorants, I was really
these some of them?
surprised. The Cramorants was
you do the
really
zoom
cool.
in. Do the zoom in because we actually have some right here quick.
I don't know how to do the zoom in.
I'll hold it. You do the zip.
Yeah, I barely do the.
you do the whole
I
thing.
barely do the buttons.
Teamwork makes the dream work, guys. Let's go. You guys got this. Ready? Zoom in for me. Yes.
the
Oh,
Vanna
no.
White.
Wait. Did you see Soul Handsome face?
Oh, I got a new phone
Oh, my
finally.
goodness. That middle Arcanine right there is
Arcanine looks
insane.
tight.
The light is crazy.
There's some really
It's a whole.
Ooh,
That's really
that
cool.
one's
Wow.
dope right
That
there.
reminds me of Lion King right
Yeah.
there in the middle. That's pretty cool.
Can you hear the
There we go.
love tonight?
Oh, I can.
I'm on my way.
So just
so
jamming it.
basically-
Oh, that one was cool.
He's gonna scroll through
insane.
10,000 pictures right now.
Let's go.
We're not
Let's get
gonna
it.
do that.
Yo, let's get it. Let's critique everyone.
Zoom out.
So they do have like where they're show-
all him right here.
leave it.
I was just like chilling over here. Forgot that I did.
They're on it for the rest of the podcast. So they are showcasing the people's artwork.
So that is
that's
cool.
Other submissions. Okay, that's really
Does
cool.
it have
That's
their
awesome. I
their
really
like
that.
their?
I was gonna say the
I
names,
think
but they're in
it does
kanji.
because
It's in
it's-
kanji.
Is this?
Yeah, it's in kanji, so you can't. Obviously, that's the name for each
That's
person.
what I'm saying.
I saw
It has
some
their names
English
in there.
ones, like right here, Rose Draws.
Yeah.
Or Ren.
That's pretty cool.
That's their like Instagram?
Oliver
handles
Hamlin.
or something?
Maybe
Or just their names?
Those are their names. And
Just their
Geo.
names. That's still cool though. That's still cool.
Yeah.
But think about it, like whoever gets picked and gets made a card, in years from now, that's gonna be like the next Pikachu illustrated card. You know what I'm saying?
Be like one of the
That'll be worth
Pokemon Snap,
four-
the Pokemon Snap cards. You know?
yeah,
What I mean?
like
Yeah.
it's just gonna be
Something like
like that's cool.
It'll be worth 4 million yen because
Yeah.
we'll be taken
Precisely.
over by
Yeah.
Asia
So like
at that point in time.
$3.
And inflation, that's
conversion.
conversion horrible.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So,
0.69 Ethereum or something.
should I press the button?
No, get away! Stop your hand.
You press it.
All right. And so actually, I'm gonna press the button, and we're gonna let Trey go first.
Of course, we're gonna let him go first.
So
Yeah.
Trey, this
All
is
right.
our music for
show and
Showtime.
tell.
Oh,
Show and tell. All right.
yeah.
So I have a.
wait, hold on. We have a
selection.
sponsor for each episode. So today's show and
Okay.
tell is sponsored by Flatulescence. It's a little pill that you take.
what? What are you talking? What are you talking
It
about?
gives you flavored farts.
Oh my god! All right, Trey. Let's see what you got.
I thought that was real for a second.
I did too. I was like, where do we get another sponsor?
I was like, what are you
That's
talking about?
flatulences, folks.
Yeah, there you go. Graded guard and flatulence. All right.
If you buy them together, you get a discount.
Yeah. 10%
Buy one,
off.
get one
I'm
free.
sorry, I had to
I
try
have
that.
I have a selection of 3 items here, and I'm
Let's
not
go.
entirely certain which ones. Some of them aren't anything too crazy. You know what? I'm just gonna pick this one, which is pretty cool. So, long story short, you guys have like, what is your guys like local buy sell trade app there? Like we have Kijiji. You guys have like Craigslist. and that kind of
Kijiji.
shit, right?
Yeah, we have
Yes,
like offer
precisely.
up. and
Keep it
stuff
coming,
like
baby.
that.
Okay. Oh yeah, I've heard of that. So
Lego?
around here we have
Oh,
Kijiji and
local, yeah, would be
Let Go.
Craigslist or Let Go. Yeah.
Let Go.
Let go. Okay,
No, he's
I
talking
remember
about
that. I
app,
think that
so
like was around here for a bit.
It's
Yeah,
offer
something
up.
like
There
that.
you go. Something like that. Offer up.
Offer up, yeah. So around here we have like something called Kijiji or whatever, right? And I utilize it relatively frequently. Obviously, there's people on there asking fucking $600,000 for like a base set Charmander that looks like it was crumpled into a ball. And then sometimes, like if you really put the time in, you'll find and meet up with like really cool people, and you end up developing like buying and selling and trading relationships with people like I have over the years. Long story short, I found this woman in Buffalo, New York, over in like Cheektowaga. She has like this older couple that she's been friends with for a very long time. They used to have like a store where they sold like everything over the past like 30 years. They sold like Beanie Babies, Barbies, like Pokemon cards, all this kind of stuff. They shut down like a long time ago, and they have like a massive house. They are super old, and they started trying to sell some of the stuff off, and they just didn't have literally the manpower to do it. So they asked her, they were like, hey, like, can you help us like sell some of this stuff? And she lives locally around here. And she was like, tell you what, if you guys like drive some of this stuff over, whatever it is, just drop some bins off, and sure, like myself and my son will try and help like offload this stuff. So every so often they come over with all these totes, and it's all this random shit of like collectibles from back in the day, like of all different kinds, right? Like she had all these weird Beanie Babies and like all this other kind of stuff. She actually had Lion King figures from McDonald's, like in the wrapper still. I was like,
I have some of those.
yeah, I know. I kind of wanted some. I was like, shit. But what she does have is a lot of sealed Pokemon stuff, and it is like all over the board of all kinds of crazy stuff. One of the items is this that I picked up recently. I know Soul's gonna trip out.
Yes, dude.
Yeah,
This guy's gonna trip out.
Yeah.
No, dude,
so
I
have one out of the box and everything too. But yeah, this is throwback. It's like a throwback sealed vintage
That's the
stuff. And when I
Tiger?
tell you, like she has, what's that? Sorry.
Is that the Tiger game?
Yeah, it's a Tiger
brand?
Electronics game.
I remember that.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. So she has like had all kinds of stuff like this, and she continues to have like totes being brought over of all different kinds of ridiculous stuff. Another thing was this water watch. It's like a Blockbuster.
I remember those.
Exclusive that came out of here. Yeah, it's really cool, man. So it's got the Blockbuster price tag on it and stuff like that. So
I used to work at
I met up with her.
Blockbuster.
Did you really?
Dude, that's
Yeah,
badass.
I
What?
did.
You probably had some.
When I was a
yeah,
senior
some-
in high school, it was the dopest of the dope.
I can imagine,
dude.
So that's my short story. I met this woman, and like we hit it off cool because like she doesn't know a shit ton about Pokemon, but like when I tell you she had some pretty cool stuff. She has cards, and she's extremely reluctant to like show them because she's like, oh, I eBayed them. I'm like, fuck, of course you did. You know what I mean? And yeah, she's like, I have packs and stuff like that, but like I want to do a little bit more research before I just sell them, because I guess she sold some like older vintage packs, and people were like harassing her, like, show me all your stuff. You know what I mean? So she didn't really know what she was getting into when you know they started bringing this stuff over. So of course, like I myself got excited as well too, and I was like, "Yo, what do you have?"
Oh, I get Pokemon. I'll get a
yeah.
Pokebutter for sure.
Right? Yeah. So it was really cool too. Like I said, to meet up. That was you know, one of my local cool finds as of recent, I guess we'll say, or pickups, because it's someone who was like, yeah, like if I get other stuff, I'll hit you up and let you know what I have. I explained to her that I'm opening up a business, a multimedia studio and game shop, primarily dedicated to Pokemon, and to have stuff like that in there is really cool. Just one-off items that people can, you know what I mean, come in and see, whether it's like nostalgic to them or just you know, a vintage collectible they're, you know, seeking or is sought after for them. Just to have stuff like that, I feel is kind of cool. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna start having a, you know, being in Texas, we have like, you know, a bunch of array of areas to look through. I'm gonna try to maybe help you find some stuff and ship them out to the shop so you can fill the shop up.
Gentleman, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, that's phenomenal. Yeah, stuff like that is like a key items that we're looking for in there when it comes to like just cool nostalgic goods. You know,
I was gonna applaud that cool, awesome Tiger
he
toy.
went to the buttons. I'm like, what is he pressing?
So thank you for that, Trey.
what button you go for?
What'd you
Yes,
bring?
of course.
I can't show it yet
Why not?
because you haven't pressed the
Why?
button.
Oh, get the labels on it.
I'm still hurting and reeling from the ride-on joke, bro.
Oh man, you didn't even see it coming either.
So today we have.
Okay, so actually, so I found a Shadowless Venusaur, very trashed, and I made a video on it on TikTok. It did really good. He just so zoomed up on him. And I found it at the flea market, and I saved him. He was $30, and I sent him to get graded, and he came back a PSA 1. As of right now, there's only 42 in the world, which is pretty cool.
That's a low pop. That's a pretty low pop.
Yeah.
And I know you were like, you were excited about that because you sent it off with the intention of hoping that it got a 1, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
So it came back a 1. He's gonna stay in the collection, and I like I said on the last episode, yeah. If y'all haven't seen it, go watch it. You can zoom out.
You can zoom out now.
If you haven't seen the last
Julian, you
episode,
can zoom out now. Hey guys, I'm just gonna talk like this, but you guys get back in. You know, we're good to go for the rest of it.
That's so funny. See, why can't you be like him? Just zoom in and out. It's real easy.
Dude, he's just like right in front of him.
I do have really long arms, but he's a little. It's like he's
Might I
better
add-
practice than dude. Okay.
Might I add that card looks really good in that case. Where's that case?
Oh
from?
yeah, so I bought
Where's that
this case
from? I don't
actually
know where that case
from a
Graded
company
Guard.
called Graded Guard.
Graded Guard, yeah.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, I got 20% off by using code Unweighed.
Did you use a code?
Yeah, use code Unweighed. I don't even know where it's from, but I used
Wow.
code Unweighed, and
That's
it
crazy.
gave me 20% off.
So this doesn't translate very well over YouTube, but if you listen on Spotify, every time I'm like, "That's a Credit Guard. That's Credit Guard for your protector." It sounds like one of those fucking commercials.
commercials,
on
right?
Only on Spotify though.
Super
So
quick.
go check us out on Spotify, folks, if you're listening right now. And
Yeah,
if you're driving, while you're looking
dude-
at the phone, put the phone down.
Well, what
on
I
Spotify.
do when I'm driving is I put the YouTube video on. and
I know
drive.
because one of the first times I met you,
Oh my God.
we went to like some Mexican restaurant, and you were like, "Oh, I was watching
insane.
something on the way over here," and I was like,
Dude, funny story about that. I actually, on the way to the Leonhard event, I got pulled over because I was doing that.
"You were watching something."
I was watching Friends on the way out there.
They put you over for that? It's hands
Hey,
free.
no.
Friends.
No, they didn't pull me over for that, but I was.
That's the important part.
I think it was the pivot episode, actually.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
the cop's like, all right, go ahead.
well, he didn't pull me over for watching it, but I was speeding, and I didn't realize that I was still speeding because I was on cruise control, and I was watching the episode at the same time.
The cop's like, what's going on?
It's a 5-hour drive to fucking Dallas, dude.
Like, funny if it just like came out of your mouth like nothing.
I was watching Criminal Minds.
Just to say, we're not promoting watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Whatever y'all want.
There's gonna be a disclaimer that's gonna scroll across the bottom and say, "Do not watch YouTube videos." In big bold warning.
I'll edit that in there.
Hold on. Unless it's our video, you can go ahead and watch.
Yeah, it was our video. Yeah.
But yeah.
Risk your lives for our
So
video.
that was a PSA 1.
I like it. Did you press the right one?
That
Yes.
brings us to
my
Soul.
okay.
We gotta save mine for last. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
We do. His is better.
In his eyes.
Yeah, these are actually. Oh, I did pick up.
I didn't say it was better.
I did pick up something recently. Got my hair in my mouth.
What did you pick up?
There's a hair in your mic that
It paused on that frame. Like the video paused on that frame of you picking the hair out of your mouth, and I was like, "What did he get? What did he get?"
Got some
smoking mad butt.
There you go.
smoking mad butt. I'm looking for us. Anyway, I got the art set.
This is an art set.
Art set of Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Heart Gold, Soul Silver, triumphant.
Bringing out the spicy slappers right here, bud. That's super nice.
And these are box fresh as of tamper sealed. As of open,
awesome.
open live as of 2 weeks ago. Yeah, he opened the box 2 weeks ago.
That's phenomenal, man.
Having
it's crazy to say that these days, like that reputability aspect and like that level of certainty where you know they're you know what I mean, like
they're unweighed
years ago,
exactly the Pokehive on Instagram.
Yeah, the Pokehive on Instagram.
Oh, he just weighed him.
Yeah.
No, we gotta get Frosty in here. He's gonna say,
we gotta get Frosty in here.
Oh, that's heavy.
There you go.
Heavy or not,
Can you tell?
That's nice.
So
that's a good pickup.
they're really pretty.
Nice super scoop up.
I like this was it Mag Mortar?
Yeah, Mag Mortar. Yeah, I think that's the coolest.
Mag Mortar,
Mag Mortar.
I
like Electric.
If you ever do open,
how does Mag Mortar wipe his ass?
Oh shit!
He has 2 barrels for hands. They look like wooden barrels, so I imagine he's got a lot of splinters.
Well, isn't he super hot? So when isn't he super hot? So when he takes
there's probably
shit,
little
hot lava.
There's probably. I was gonna say there's probably little mag bees around that do it for him. You know what I mean?
They're like.
I got.
Oh, no.
Do it now.
Oh, that was funny.
You're the worst. Why do you always go for the green one?
Blue is drums. All right,
always go for the green one.
I wish we had Are you ready for this?
We gotta change.
Eventually, I'm gonna change it. I'm so lazy with this.
Wait, real quick. Is it me or is it hot in here?
We're just laughing a lot, but
it's really hot in here, man. It's quite hot in here.
Well, it's because his girl's over here. Sexy dude. Jesus, oh my god, he looks like a pirate with all those tattoos on his chest there.
I am a pirate, man. So that's not a pirate accent.
Okay, so
like Irish or Scottish.
there's a little backstory to this card, guys. There's a little backstory to this card. So,
I'm excited for this.
One of these days, if he ever gets back into buying Pokemon and cards again, if many of the OGs will know his name. His name's Shadowless Venusaur. So me and my buddy Alex, it's funny. We actually met on Instagram because he was like bewaring people of a scammer. And then I was like, oh, thanks for Actually, that's not what I said. I was like, who gives a shit? Fucking who cares? And he was like, but be careful. And then I was like. One day shopping at a card shop, and this guy's like talking to me, and he's like, "Oh, what are you looking for?" And then I'm called, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I just started on Instagram." He goes, "Oh, me too." And then I like showed him like my account, and then he looks at me, and he's like, "Dude, I've been like DMing you," and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here, bro." So long story short, yeah, dude, we made like a really long lasting friendship, and that was like
cool,
6 years to this day, but or not to this day, but 6 years ago. So. I went to, many events with this guy. We met Arita together, did the Arita panel in 2018 in Dallas.
That's super cool.
Long story short, times are tough. Things happen. You got to sell off cards that you regret. So I've sold off a lot of my SIGs, and I'm trying to reclaim signature cards back, specifically Mitsuhito Arita-san, because that's like my favorite artist. And so Alex decided to sell off some cards. I think he's getting some like real estate stuff, and he decided to sell 2 of his. So one of my top 5, maybe my top 3 is Raichu. Raichu's like I love Raichu. Like Raichu was always either he was a Jolteon or a Raichu in my party for electric.
Sorry.
Is that the Raichu thing?
Mm-hmm.
Go say Andrew. I knew you could do that.
Andrew. I was waiting for it
too. That was good.
Andrew. I did Raichu like Surge. That's what I said. Raichu.
Yeah.
What, you a little pussy? You don't want to involve your Raichu? You do a Raichu or something?
What episode was that?
Dude, if you look at him, he's massive.
Oh, he's huge. Wait. So let me finish this. So
Yep.
Right, Shadowless Raichu being him, he got a grip of Raichus, like every single Raichu.
Sign.
So just years later, he finally was like, hey, he gave me an offer I could not refuse, and this might be my new favorite card. So I'm gonna zoom in while you show off to the camera.
Ready? All right. Teamwork makes the dream work. Here it goes. Hot damn!
Go a little closer so they can see the signature. So this is a
son.
legendary collect. Oh, damn, son, where'd you find this?
Where'd you find this?
So this is a legendary
That's
collection. Dark Raichu.
Right there. That
doodled
back a bit.
by Arita.
Yeah.
He just tears it in half. But yeah, I've never had a legendary collection card, so why not start it with a banger, right?
Insane, man.
So yeah,
that's absolutely phenomenal. Such a sick piece.
So I got this, and I got a signed and doodled fossil Raichu. So
might I add that I also like the way that he signed it was with like the angry face Raichu. You know what I mean?
He definitely matched it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going my pre-grade, an easy solid 8 for sure. If not 8.5 to a 9, more 8.5 to a 9, and then auto 10 all day. So. Yeah, I'm really stoked.
I'd probably bet my left Pokeball on your grade submission guesses. I would probably if someone was like, "What is it gonna get?" I'd be like, "Juju, what is it gonna get?"
So I always
easy
grade hard on
8.678.
myself. So if I say it's gonna get a 10, or if I think it's gonna get a 10, like and I actually say that out of my mouth, I never really say that. Hopefully I'm right. I don't want to jinx myself, but there's like 3 10s hopefully sitting in this sub that went out right now.
Yeah, like we're this submission that we just did. And his pre-grades on my cards is going to be the real test of his actual ability because the cards that I sent out weren't like the craziest condition. So there's like they're a little like between 7s and 9s. So like if he guesses those right, then But
I sent out a Suicune first edition that if he gets a 10.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's some next level stuff.
First edition?
So so that's my show and tell.
Love it. Love show and tell. Thanks, show and tell, man. So good. Thanks, guys.
So obviously we're gathered here today to talk to you, Tre. All things Tre right now.
I appreciate it.
All things.
By the way, again, thank you
Tre.
kindly, guys, for real for bringing me on here. I really appreciate it.
So
of course,
how I even came across you was you did the Poke Tea Time a long time ago. I think kind of want to say around the time that I got back into Pokemon after my little hiatus.
It was a while back. I can't even quite recollect when that actually
towards the end of last summer. I want to say maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So I do have to say something that I actually haven't told any of you guys yet. So when I what did you say?
He said you guys. I already know.
I already know.
So when I first
I love you guys.
When I first got back into Pokemon, like back in June, me and my buddy. I started doing videos like of myself opening packs and stuff like that, and my buddy was like, "Dude, like, I think we could or you could go kind of far, like it's a different kind of thing. You have a bunch of tattoos and stuff like that, and you don't really see that in the Pokemon community." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, cool." So like I went on YouTube to like see if there was any other like tattooed people, and Tre's fucking videos like popped up.
You know what's fucking crazy,
damn.
bro?
I was like, I'm not the
that's
first
crazy
one.
that you say that because when I started doing my YouTube channel, like, man, I think it's coming up on like 6 years or something.
Fuck yeah,
like
that's awesome, dude.
Coming up on, which is crazy. Thanks, man.
Congrats
when I first started doing it, that was the
2000.
exact same thing. Thank you. Yo, appreciate it. Man, it was a long time coming, man. Long time on the platform. But that was the same like thought process. So at that time, like just a quick backstory, like I've been like involved in like the Pokemon whatever card. I don't know. I hate even saying that. You know what I mean?
The
Pokemon
hobby.
card game. Yeah, just the hobby or whatever it is. But I've been buying and selling and trading literally since like Pokemon came out as a young child. I got pictures of me at like a fucking garage sale when I was 6 selling probably a collection that would buy me a house now for like 10 cents. You know what I mean? Like just stupidity. But when I first started doing my YouTube channel, my one buddy said the exact same thing. He's like, bro, it's like such a small demographic. Like even back then it wasn't like, not that it's oversaturated or anything now, but like back then he was like, there's like nobody who's like tattooed who like has a business that's evolved around, gaming and stuff like that, who is a little bit more vulgar, a little bit more open, communicative in that aspect, a little bit more less of a facade. Like you should do a YouTube channel. But I did the same thing. I'm like on there looking for like and of course like you stumble across some people and stuff like that, right? But I was like, fuck. I'm like, you know what? I'm doing it anyway. Like who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. We all have, I guess what I'm really saying is like we all have our own space in every capacity and certain capacities, right? So.
But
anyway,
so I saw you on the Tea Time, by the way. I hope everything works out with those two dudes. I love both those dudes for sure. No hard feelings.
Well wishes to the gentleman, most certainly.
For sure.
Yes.
I just want to say that. Much love to you guys. But so I'm glad they introduced me to that. So here we are now talking to you on here, and I think it's awesome that we're having you as our first guest virtually.
it's crazy how like things like come. I shouldn't even say full circle, but just certain opportunities open up doors for, as generic as that sounds, but they open up doors to other opportunities that you just don't ever like. You know what I mean? Take into consideration that.
I think you're one of the dudes I talk to most now on Instagram, like on the daily, honestly now, which is pretty cool. So. Yeah,
straight up.
So
appreciate it.
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Let's do it. Yes, I'm ready for it. Come on, ask questions, huh?
Tre, is it short for anything? Or is that like
Trevor, no, it's okay. No, yeah, my name is Trevor. Yeah, my actual name is Trevor. I haven't been called Trevor since I started in the tattoo industry. Soul knows about apprenticeships, but I started my apprenticeship when I was 14. And one of the guys there called me Tre one day, and literally it's stuck ever since then. So, just been called Tre since then. But it is short for Trevor. Yes, Tre is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And of course, you're talking to us over the interwebs. You're coming from where exactly in good old Canada?
I am in Ontario, Canada. And if you guys can narrow in on that, the Google thing zooms in further. I'm like close to Toronto, Niagara Falls.
Okay,
that's the area. Actually, where my shop is opening up, it's directly across the border from Buffalo, New York. So it's in Fort Erie, Ontario, Canada. Okay, and it's directly across the border from Buffalo, which I'm assuming you guys obviously know where.
I'm actually from New York City, actually originally.
Oh yeah.
So
there you go.
Buffalo is more upstate New York, so.
Yeah, but I'm in the Niagara region of Ontario. That's where I'm located.
Yeah.
If y'all want to find me, we'll find you.
Oh, we're definitely
we're coming.
Definitely.
That would be phenomenal to have you guys down. Yeah.
All that stuff in the back of you, we'll find you.
Yes. No shit, right? Look for the glowing room.
Are you gonna leave this podcast at any moment to join a Pokemon Unite game back there? What's going on behind you?
I have it on there for aesthetic purposes as well.
It looks beautiful.
When it's not on, there's like a glare on it, like a pretty savage glare because there's like 8,000 lights. But no, I wish I don't have a lot of time to like play a lot of the games. Like I bought Arceus and I haven't even played like that much of it, and I was so excited to play that game. I've played a bit, but I've just been extremely like overwhelmingly busy as the last little while with the shop and everything, and honestly haven't had too much time. But yeah, I do sometimes hop on Unite and just slay, and then I put it down. I pick it up again.
I like Unite because like my only game that I play is League of Legends, and it's just like Like Unite is like League of Legends.
I was gonna say it's like League in the sense, well, it's relatively similar in the way that it's you play it or operate it or whatever, right? Yeah. But then obviously the Pokemon aspect drawn from that is probably I've heard the same thing. I have family that are like heavily into that game as well too, and they're like,
I've been playing.
Unite is so similar.
I've been playing that game for like fucking 10 years.
Like, when everyone tells me like they play League of Legends, like, oh, you're a big nerd, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I've never played it.
No, I don't want to play it. You don't want to play it.
There you go.
It's very toxic.
It's at some point, I don't know about you guys, but at some point, I got old enough to where my brain does not calculate as well as it used to. Like even Pokemon games doing the story. When I was a kid, I'd do the story. Now I have to watch somebody on YouTube do the story so I can know where to go.
Have the tutorial and everything.
Figure out shit out as a kid.
I don't even know, man. I bought a bundle of Pokemon or Game Boy Colors the other day, and I had to I wanted to test to make sure the volume's working and everything too, and I put Pokemon Red in there, and I'm like, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, how the fuck did I navigate this game with nothing?
Or
that's crazy.
Ocarina of Time, like the Water Temple as a kid, like I don't know how I beat it, but like, have you ever tried doing that as an adult without a walkthrough? Now it's like, what the?
Don't want to. I'll get a migraine after I try it.
I can't even play games now. I can't navigate through them now either.
I'm trying to think of clever Pokemon puns while we're talking to him, and I can't think of anything.
It's not meant to be, bro.
Yeah, you have to leave it to the professional. You leave it to the professional.
Just be Christopher and just leave us alone with him and the twins.
So how many interviews have you done up to date?
Like, are you talking about podcasts, similar to this
interviews? Yeah, and in that same kind of.
None realistically. I mean, we did the tea time thing, and then I mean, I've had phone calls and stuff like that, through my memberships on YouTube and stuff like that. All people have questions, all kinds of stuff when it comes to content, development, editing, all that kind of stuff. And part of that, or part of when people are subscribed to my channel and are on the memberships and stuff like that, I'm never reluctant to pick up the phone if I have time or anything like that to help answer any of those kinds of questions or anything. So I'll have conversations with people an hour and a half long. You know what I mean? If I have the time, obviously I'm multitasking, editing myself, doing something here in my home studio or whatever. But yeah, nothing, like this or anything realistically, which is unfortunate because maybe not unfortunate, but there's a lot of opportunities that kind of I felt not should have arisen in that circumstance, but that I just seen kind of come up where just the timing wasn't proper for myself as well too, where I could have done, the same thing, even with other content creators. I know a lot of people when it comes to the type of content that I make and stuff like that, there's probably instantaneous perception. Like if you were to just click on one of my first videos that I'm just kind of like outspoken and loud and boisterous and that kind of shit, and then to not have the opportunity to kind of like sit down like this and have a, you know what I mean, a clear, concise conversation kind of. Yeah, it kind of like breaks that line between like, you know what I mean? This guy just acts like an idiot to like, oh, this guy knows one or two
well,
things.
I could see like from an outsider, like say someone who's never talked to you, right? They just, you know, at first glance, like, okay, this guy has tattoos, you know, rapping about Pokemon, like, who the fuck is this guy? But then they sit down and you actually have a conversation. And you're like, oh, this guy's fucking cool. Like, you know, he's super well spoken. You know,
yeah,
you weren't saying that before we started, though.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, fuck this guy. Look at this guy.
Can I just say real quick? I was looking at the screen, and like when we play this video back, you're gonna see me do this a bunch because I just noticed both their shirts are like the same fucking color. Like,
oh shit!
Like in the video, they look the same color. Yeah,
mine looks better though.
Nice too. I like it. It looks like color coordinated.
I have lemons on my shirt.
Are you going to the beach after this?
I thought they were bananas.
When life gives you lemons, you wear a t-shirt.
they were bananas.
Oh wow! I thought they were bananas at first.
Oh no, these are lemons
like
for
where I'm
sure.
looking.
Well, Juju loves bananas all over himself, so.
Banana.
So, real quick, Trey,
quick.
So for somebody that, because we're gonna put your links in the bottom, for someone that hasn't seen your content, what would you say your content is? Like if you could sum it up.
Like your channel, yeah. What's your channel?
Honestly, man, like over the years, I've really just tried to like find my niche, and I've really realized that like I don't have a niche. Like I don't have like a specific demographic that I cater to realistically. I don't have like a specific direction that I like go technically. I'm always like dabbling in different stuff. Like as a multimedia artist, you're always trying to like one up yourself, like you're your own worst critic. So I'll do like unboxing videos. I do like cinematic unboxing videos. I do live, you know, pack openings. I go online and just shoot the shit with people. I do like just cardboard convos and drink some coffee and talk shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say that I'm all over the place, but over the years, I've really just realized that like I do what I love, and in that regard, I love what I do. When it comes to the content,
you're providing content.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Like, and I feel like there's like a crazy difference nowadays when people like say content, you know what I mean? Where like, there's, and it's not knocking anybody or anything.
That's why he has his shirt open right now, folks.
Content
for the content.
Yeah, for the content.
For the clicks.
God, jeez.
No, this is for our OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly. No, when I mean content, I mean like in the development aspect. You know what I mean? On the back end of things, like I am filming, shooting, editing, promoting, doing everything when it comes to all of my editing. Like I've had people reach out to me like, "Who edits your stuff?" Nobody edits my stuff. I edit all my stuff. I edit and have edited for content creators that are so well known right now. Like I'm editing for I don't know if you guys know who Danny Phantom is.
Obviously. Oh, really?
I'm doing editing work with him right now as well.
Nice.
Too. Shout out Danny. Yeah, like I do a lot of different stuff, and a lot of it has kind of like taken away from my own developments, I feel, at certain points in time. There's a lot of aspects in the community that you see too, like pack battles and stuff like that, that I'm not going to say that like I initiated or started or anything like that, but you see a lot of like ripple effects of stuff that I've developed over time, kind of like, you know what I mean? Other people implementing those same kinds of things. But yeah, when it comes to like the type of content I make, I'm a multimedia creative artist, and I just make what I like feel like making in the moment. And I think that all really boils down to why like I'm opening up the shop that I'm opening up and everything too, to kind of bring you know, a central location where I can do my buying and my selling, my trading, my editing, have people in there to do networking, you know, like-minded individuals coming together to realistically like just share their passions and commitments to the hobby. You know what I mean?
So this is a two-part question. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
shoot.
So
that's okay. No, go ahead.
Two things. So how did, like, obviously you have awesome skills. So the first one is, how did you get into content creation? Like, where did you develop the skills? And then I want you to kind of dive into the Studio 151 that you're getting into right now.
Got you. Appreciate it. So honestly, man, like just over the years, like I've always liked, I don't know, all different kinds of like art and stuff like that. I took up like photography at like a pretty young age. My nana was into it, and I kind of just
same person.
Yeah, it kind of trips me out, right?
He really does a lot of like a lot of stuff you do.
I did,
kind of weird.
because we both tattooed. I did photography.
Yes.
I did photography before I was tattooing. I do like I was doing music videos and stuff like that, like putting together music videos and shooting music videos, and I was doing like graphic design and stuff like that. Like,
are we brothers?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, like-minded. That's great.
So
honestly, man, like it started when I was younger. I just like I stole my nan's camera, not stole it. I was like, I'm taking this. She's like, it's really. I'm like, thank you. And I was taking pictures of stuff. I was like drawing and stuff like that. Like elementary school, I was always like drawing stuff, and then just like I said, I started my tattoo apprenticeship when I was super young. So I got like I got like heavily involved into the tattoo industry when I was like super young, which was really cool. Like it gave me a lot of like insight to a lot of the opportunities derived from like art. You know what I mean?
They're like, who's this 8-year-old with all the tattoos over here?
Yeah, it's pretty, yeah, it was pretty intense, man. I'm not gonna lie, like the lifestyle, like at that kind of young age, like I started getting more heavily involved into Pokemon to kind of like, I mean, I'm sure Soul knows there's all different kinds of parameters in which you can get involved in the tattoo industry. There are straight tattoo studios, and then there are tattoo studios that are, let's just say, involved in extracurricular activities. You know what I mean? And yeah, see, it's
Sorry.
what I mean. And
the first
it's
tattoo shop
unfortunate.
I worked at was definitely like that.
Yeah,
Selling crystal meth or something out of the shop.
No, we won't say crystal meth, but
it's just some crazy stuff. Yeah, that's exactly it. And so unfortunately, sometimes like how we were speaking about earlier, just being like lump summed in with wrong place, wrong time, wrong crowd kind of stuff, right? So Pokemon was kind of always like my my like go-to, like away from that kind of stuff, right? Like I've always been like a nerd at heart my entire life. Everything I've ever done, realistically, I've always just like some sort of nerd anime related aspect to it to a certain extent, right?
Hell yeah.
As far as like just the art stuff goes, yeah, I started off, you know, in the tattoo industry, like really pushing like just old school American traditional style stuff. I wanted to start doing more like nerdy kind of shit, and that was kind of frowned upon at the place that I worked at. And then I started pushing out and doing a little bit more of my own thing. And then as far as like the whole YouTube stuff and everything goes, I had my own game shop that I started up. I mean, there's probably about 3,000 hours worth of conversation I could, you know, put in between this. But at one point in time, I was managing a game shop with a friend that owned one locally. I branched out and started doing my own thing. And it was actually kind of like a multimedia studio in the sense where I did like tattoos out of there, but it was kind of like my demographic that I was targeting was like people who wanted nerdy stuff. You know what I mean? I was tired of doing butterflies and dragons and fucking tribal and all that kind of shit. Soul's not is like, oh my God, I know exactly. Yeah. I was tired of doing that kind of stuff, and I wanted to do Pokemon tattoos and Dragon Ball Z tattoos, and I was trying to find those kinds of people. And then that just kind of like expanded into like me doing my TCG business or my gaming business, where I did like video games and console repairs and custom like nerd apparel and that kind of stuff. And I had falling outs of my own business and just like up and down through that, and just started like kind of like testing the waters of different, you know what I mean, aspects within that kind of stuff within the business side of like the nerd culture, and like, oh, I can like really make a go of this, you know what I mean? And I was doing it when I was like a little bit younger or much younger, and yeah, trial and error realistically with it, you know, like lost everything at points in time and then had everything at points in time. And yeah, I just kind of like just pushed through it and grinded through it all. And then of course, obviously a couple of years ago, something happened where the whole world was like, oh, at that point in time, I was actually developing a location similar to Studio 151 that I'll mention in a moment. And if it fell through realistically, just with the uncertainties that were looming there, I had a family business partner that we just didn't see eye to eye, we'll say. And he decided to pull himself out of it because he was also, obviously, we're all kind of like, you know, what's going to go on with everything happening. And I waited on it for about... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, looming uncertainty, right? So I've been redeveloping it over the past about 2.5, 3 years almost, and just kind of going through there. When the whole YouTube thing started, because I had my shop at the time, and once I was closing that location down, I really wanted to still keep up with the networking aspect. I really still wanted to meet new people, like-minded individuals within the Pokemon thing, and I knew a significant amount of people within the area, and I just wanted to meet new people. And I was always watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. And there was still a lot of Pokemon accessible content, but there wasn't like Soul said, you know, it's like, oh, there's nothing like I feel, or like even people, you know, reinforcing like, yeah, there's nothing like, you know, like what you're doing or who you are as a presence on this platform. So maybe give it a go. So I did. And, you know, I started just making videos for fun. The whole editing aspect where I just learned from like literally just trying, just fucking up. Yeah.
Same.
Oh, damn. You do not skip leg day. Holy shit.
It's some bike riding, folks.
Hitmon Lee ain't got shit on you. But yeah, the whole editing thing just started from me being like, okay, like I want to learn how to do this entirely myself. Like I don't want to have to like rely on anybody. I don't want to have to like, you know, I'll hit somebody up. Cause at that point in time, I had a friend that I was like, hey, can you help me, you know, can you help me chop this up? Can you help me do this? And it got to the point where he was like, oh, can you pay me? And I'm like, dude, of course, like take cards from my collection, you know. Back then I'm like, yeah, these fucking legendary collection cards, grab a couple, bro. Go ahead, you know, like
damn, that's
yeah. Oh, exactly,
first
bro.
But, Charizard? Yeah. Oh, you can have it.
Yeah. Oh, fucking take it all, bro. All these flash fire packs and booster bags. Oh, take it, whatever you want, man. But yeah, so I wanted to learn myself, and I had that creative desire, I think, which stemmed from everything else I had to do, drawing, photography, all that kind of stuff, right? And it just grew from there, man. And like I just continuously enjoyed doing it and learning. And it's been, like I said, 1,000,001 things in between that obviously occurring. We could talk for
another thing I want to say
hours,
that's similar between me and you is that you were in a band too, right?
Yes, yeah, I've been in multiple, yeah.
So this is going to be the title of this is going to be called. It's like how?
No. This is gonna be called Matchmaker.
Yeah, I'm not because you're like, what kind of band? Like, was it like metal, like hardcore?
Yeah, like
Bachelor
I did.
number
I've done like rap core, I guess we'll call it, and then I've done just some straight
like
heavier stuff, like just like 6 minutes of breakdowns. Oh yeah, you could kind of say like to a certain extent, a little bit heavier. And then I've done like rock, like classic stuff. I've jammed with just some like soul music, you know what I mean? Like my taste in music is all over the place for the most part. But
I was in a hardcore band too. So
there you go. I actually I still make tracks and stuff like that. If you guys check out my YouTube channel, shameless self plug right now. In the process right now, I have 6 tracks that were pretty much like are essentially done. 3 are recorded, and I'm putting that out like slowly but surely. I got to like track the vocals over top of them and the lyrics and that kind of stuff. But it's like Pokemon metal.
I played the 151 rap for my coworkers today because it's weird. I have a bunch of random coworkers who listen. They don't watch the YouTube, but they listen to it on Spotify while we're working in the morning, like on the days that like the day after we recorded. And
our podcast.
Yeah, it's funny because actually a little tidbit. So on the last episode, we were talking about like grading and stuff. So my coworker Steven, too fucking story. He was like, "Yeah, man, so." Me and my cousins were like talking about like comics and stuff, and then he was talking about how he wanted to get one graded, and then he all of a sudden Steven's like, "Oh yeah, you should look at CGC, like they grade comics," and it was because he fucking talked about it.
Hey,
so that was pretty cool.
That's actually awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, so no, but I was playing your song this morning, and my coworker, he was like, "That's fucking badass." He was like, I was full on ready to destroy you because you said Pokemon rap. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be really nerdy," and I was like, "Nah, dude, just listen to it." And he was like, "That's fucking like that was badass," and I was like, "Yeah, like
hell yeah."
Respect,
so my question is like, where do you get
Mm-hmm.
like, I guess, do you have a background also, like, or is it kind of just as your lives progress on making music, or like, obviously you were in a band, but like as far as like production and stuff is concerned?
No, yeah, when it comes to like music production and
Like,
stuff like that, not
piggyback on what you're
necessarily
talking
like
about.
not necessarily a background in like all of that entirely. But like I said, people ask me like that kind of stuff a lot, and like I always realistically answer with like, I'm just like a jack of all trades, but I'm a master of none of them. You know what I mean?
Wait, there's more to that.
dabble in a lot
There's
of
more to
different
that little tidbit. So jack of all trades is a master of none, but it's better than a master of one. So
There you go.
people always
Facts.
forget that
Exactly.
that piece.
There you
so.
go. They do. They most certainly
I was
do.
gonna say you're definitely
Yes.
a jack.
Man,
of
you're
all
smarter
trades.
than you look.
Yeah, yes.
Pinche pendejo, güey.
There you go. Yeah, man. I dabble in a lot of different stuff, and I think it all kind of it's cool because like at the end of the day, I always bring it back to like Pokemon. Like I know a lot of people are like,
Yes, you do.
like I love Pokemon, but like, bro, like
You love
Pokemon's
Pokemon,
life.
bro.
You know? Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, like I'm
I
about
don't
that
love
shit.
Pokemon compared to you. Shit.
My life, bro. I literally eat, sleep, shit, breathe Pokemon. I go to the gym and my shit is like, yo, I'm gonna be like a fucking Hitmonchan. I swear one day I'm gonna be like a Hitmon, you know?
Yeah.
But no, like obviously there's a lot of other things that I thoroughly enjoy to the fullest extent. But yeah, Pokemon is like deep rooted, you know what I mean? And I think I cling on to it a lot because there's so many aspects of my life where like I tried other things like tattooing, for example, you know what I mean? And when I started in the industry, like I was very hesitant to expose that like side of me, right? Because I get not made fun of, but like when you're a young guy surrounded by like, you know, people that you're looking up to that are like, yo, that could like, you know, crush your head in 0.3 seconds. You're like, Pokemon, and they're like, don't, that's nerdy as fuck. And I'm like, I'm not Pokemon. I'm not Pokemon.
Not
motorcycles.
Never mind.
So you said you started your apprenticeship at
Motorcycles?
14. Like, what is there like a different legal age that you can get tattooed out there?
No,
one
so
of those
like
shops, bro.
No, not at all whatsoever. Yeah, just that's again, it just like I think the derivative of that or the starting of that was like I said, just being the type of shop that realistically was. I think what I did, I was very like pushy about it, not in a bad way, but like it was a local tattoo studio, and it was funny because they actually came to the high school that I was at that point in time where they do like the the career day sort of thing, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that's
And
cool.
they came there and people were like, oh yeah, tattoo's so cool, and I was like, just kind of sit in the back and I'm like, man, I have my drawing book. Like, I'd be really cool to like, you know, just see what they think of it. And like, this would be a cool, you know, and I brought it in there and the gentleman at the time was like, get the fuck out of here. And I came back like 3 or 4 days later. And then I was like, hey man, like, and he's like, okay, give me your fucking book. Like, let me see this. And you're like, look through, he's like, yeah, okay, cool, man. Like, keep drawing. And then I came back like a week later. He was like, yo, you're fucking persistent. And I was like, yeah, man, like there's some more drawings and stuff. And he's like, okay, like go get in the back and start like making some shit. And I was like, okay, cool. I got back there, you know, okay, scrub the tubes. Okay, sounds good. Okay, clean the baseboards. Okay, yeah, I got like whatever you want me, you know? So I kind of like earned my respect at an early age because like he would like, you know, let other artists know like, yeah, I got this guy here. He's like busting his Ultra Balls off, you know, because he obviously really wants to learn, right? I didn't pick up a tattoo machine for a long time. Did you like the Ultra Balls pun? Was
Okay.
that
Is there a way we can do a pun counter? It's gonna be in the corner. It's gonna say like it's gonna be a ball. So let's say one pun, one Poke pun.
Okay, there you go. One pun, one Poke pun. There you go.
There's one Poke pun.
But yeah,
right there.
it's so like I said, it's just it's so deep seated in me because like even at that point in time, it was more or less like okay, like I felt like I was kind of like sacrificing the things that I enjoyed to pursue something else that I enjoyed. So now that I'm at where I'm at right now, I'm like grateful every single day I get to wake up and I have all of these collaborative things that I enjoy, and I'm now able to just do them without any like, you know what I mean? I don't care about people's opinions or whatever somebody says. If they don't like it, I do what I enjoy, you know what I mean? So
you tell them,
yeah,
fuck
Pokemon's
off.
definitely deep seated. Yeah, fucking A, mate. I do what I like. Okay, fuck off.
Oh, you got
jog
you got,
on.
you
6
got a
feet down the
question
bar.
for him? You want to answer that one?
I think there was more there, and I ran. I rambled,
No,
man.
you're good. I have a really good question. So,
Go ahead.
Well,
Yeah.
it may be good. We don't know.
no, it's good for me.
It's
It's
good,
my
it's
question.
good.
I don't care what you think.
It's
In
Bubba's
Canada.
question. It's going to be 151% great.
In Canada,
Pokemon number 2.
are donuts really a big thing?
Ding. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna say they are, especially now. With, like, there's like these. They're like these vegan specialty pop-up shops for like donuts and all these kinds of different, and they're all over the place. And then Tim Hortons, you guys know what Tim Hortons is, right?
That's what I'm asking.
Like I'm not gonna play like this isn't really Tim Hortons in this cup because it definitely is. But yeah. People like donuts, bro. I go to Tim Hortons frequently. I don't buy donuts. I would love to buy donuts, but I just can't right now. And I get my coffee and I look at the donuts and I fucking think I would love all of those right now.
I'm just like
other
confused right now.
65 people
All
there,
the
yeah.
stuff we just said, you're like, oh, you like donuts?
Dude, like he's from Canada. Like there's stereotypes, you know. So like one is donuts.
Is that a stereotype in the States? Is it really? Is it like we like donuts?
Well, the other thing is because I watch a show called How I Met Your Mother, and one of the people is
okay.
Canadian.
I get it now.
And so
Gotcha.
they do certain things like Canadians are afraid of the dark. So I thought this would be a great.
I am so afraid of the dark, especially when I'm in my igloo drinking my maple syrup and I have my plaid blanket on. Oh my god, bro! I have my donuts beside me, right? I have my polar bear that I'm fucking petting. And my beavers
I know.
keeping me
For a
warm.
second, I thought you were
And
gonna say
it's
that a
fine.
polar bear that I'm fucking. I thought you were gonna say that.
I wasn't gonna say it because of the podcast, but now that you mentioned,
we
yes,
know.
exactly. Yeah,
This is a rated M for mature podcast.
Oh man!
I was gonna say.
Stay with what we
You
want.
say what you want, but he's Canadian.
It's actually a bear
This is-
take, it's not a
I've
polar
never
bear. It's a
actually
bear
have never met anybody from Canada, and so this is the perfect time for me to ask my questions.
Excuse me, sir. I've never talked to anyone from.
I've never talked to a Canadian before.
Canada before.
Canada.
Well, fucking A, bud. We say a boot all the time,
Do
and
you
we
guys speak
drink
English
double
there?
doubles and fucking yeah, bud. No,
There you
fucking
go.
A.
That's what I wanted.
Wait.
Have you ever seen South Park?
Can I finish? Can I finish? Please, can I finish? Can I finish? Okay, I'm finished.
Okay, I'm
I was waiting for
Do
South
you
Park,
do you have like a 9 to 5 aside from all this?
No, right now, like everything. So again, I guess back to your other
Yeah, that's what
question.
I
I
was
feel
going
like there's
with.
other ones I missed, and if I did miss them, I apologize.
No, you're good.
We'll talk
It's
later.
ju-
Maybe
it's
when we have
Juju's
you
fault.
guys at the studio leading up to
Hey,
it.
oh,
I'll come, I'll come.
We'll talk about
Yeah,
that.
we're
We're
going.
go over there, but you won't bring him over here.
Yeah.
My visa is banned by the Shoah Foundation right now. So where's that from? Where's that from?
All right.
Come on. It's Dwight. It's Dwight.
We'll have you guys
It's
here.
Dwight. Yeah,
They're
so
good.
My full time right now is what I do with editing work. So I again just going back to the editing aspect and everything like that. I was doing that full time as well too. I was doing photography and videography around here as well too. I do car photography. I was shooting weddings for a while and I hated that shit. Not in a bad way, but again, just going back to the aspect in which like at the beginning of our conversation you were talking about like, you know, people initially kind of like watch my shit or listen to my stuff and they're like, oh, like look at this fucking guy, heavily tattooed, probably just smokes a bunch of fucking weed. What else? You know what I mean? You get that instantaneous stereotype, which is really unfortunate when you don't have the opportunity to kind of like sit down and have a conversation like this. But yeah, like with the wedding shooting kind of stuff, it was just, you'd show up, you know, I'd be very well spoken and, you know, I'd show up and then be like, okay, you're going to be, you know, yeah. And it was really unfortunate. Sometimes there were circumstances where people were like, oh, do you have an assistant? And I'm like, no. And now I'm going to leave. And now you don't have you know what I mean?
You don't
Now
have
a
nobody now.
photographer for your thing. Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, exactly. Right. So there's circumstances like that. And keep in mind as well too, like, yeah, like I previously, like I said, jack of all trades, master of none. I worked in every facet of like work that you can think of. Like just so many different places, like retail management and marketing. Like I worked for a multi-million-dollar pharmaceutical, medical marijuana pharmaceutical company that developed like grow chambers. So like what we did is sold the grow chambers to like giant places essentially that would just utilize those. And I'd have people come down that I spoke with. Yeah,
That got Juju excited.
I know what you're talking about.
Juju's like, do you still have one?
No.
He's
No,
like,
yeah, so-
we're gonna talk a little bit after this guy.
Essentially, I was involved in like the sales of that, right? So we'd have people come down that were spending, $1 million. They would come down from Texas, and some of the times it was more or less like I was the guy they'd throw under the bus, realistically, when orders were delayed and shit like that. And you'd have people show up, and they would be like, "Where's Trevor? Where's Tre?" And I'd be like, "I am," and they're like, "No, you're fucking not. Like, you're not the same person I talk to, right?" So this goes back to that stereotype aspect, right? So yeah, I've worked in all different kinds of stuff, but now over the past few years, I've really honed in on things that I want to do, that I enjoy as a full-time position or as a hobby. So that's been involved in editing and photography, videography, buying and selling and trading cards and collectibles and all that kind of stuff, right? So like I said, over the past 2.5 years, I kind of just revisited the drawing board when it came back to my studio. And now just pursuing it full-time by myself. And it's been an awesome opportunity. I'm grateful as fuck every single day for every single person that supports my platform, my channel, and my journey with this kind of stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So in short, I'm opening up a multimedia creative art studio and game shop, and it's called Studio 151. Obviously, you can imagine where that's derived from or what that comes from.
Tell us, where's that from?
And it's from Digimon, Digital Monsters. Digimon are the champions. No, it's
Nobody wants to be a Satan.
Digital monsters.
So yeah, it looks like you basically sorry I didn't interrupt, but yeah. So Tre's doing Studio 151, and man, I love watching things like this from like the beginning to end, like especially when it's like on social media
and everything.
Well, like it's just cool seeing him like do things together. Then he like you were speaking about unboxing videos. If you hasn't seen the unboxing video of that Charizard, he used the open layout. Like you said, this basically been one of the only times you get to do this because it's like nothing there yet.
Exactly it.
He uses the whole floor space, so like it's really cool seeing what you do in this place. So yeah, kind of top of.
Thanks, man, dude. I appreciate that a lot. Seriously, it's honestly, like I always tell people, like people only ever see like 1% of like what I'm realistically doing. You know what I mean? I would love to have I'd love to be at a point where I have somebody filming everything that I do, and they chop up all the video edits and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, like I have one close homie. Shout out white t-shirt guy. Shout out to my brolem, day one homie, who honestly, even with this project, has been like my ride or die brolem, who like helps me with all this kind of shit. Yeah, everyone's like, "What's up, white t-shirt guy?" Yeah,
they're doing it. I was like, I gotta do too.
We were doing the third Pokemon.
Exactly.
Wait, you should just hire like an E2 Hollywood people to like, you ever like Polly, like what's it on Along Came Polly, where he's like has a Hollywood story crew follow you
around.
Yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's like you should just have a film crew follow you around. Like,
honestly, and it's funny too because he says that every time like we're together. He's like, "Man, someone should just be filming." I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Well, we're here, so let's just film what we can, and then we'll edit it ourselves afterwards."
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, it's a lot of work that goes into that kind of stuff, man. That Charizard unboxing video ended up being about 3.5 minutes long, and that was like a 4-day process.
Is he the one filming in that video?
Yeah, when you see somebody filming me primarily, it's typically him filming me. A lot of times there is some stuff that I self-film, you know what I mean? I'll have my camera extended or in some way or facet, I rig something up, and I'll film myself obviously, right, with some kind of motion. But yeah, when you see like me being filmed, it is him. But yeah, like that video in itself, like we set that up and we shot it in about 5 hours time. And then over the course of a few days, like I had to, he chopped up the base layer of the footage, and then he would send it over to me, and then we'd have it like, a mixed color grade on it. And then I go in and I chop in all the edits. We add in music, and I do all the sound design for it, all the whooshes and all that kind of stuff that you hear in the video. That's all integrated in there. Like I sound design that in there. And stuff like that takes a long time, man. And I think it goes back to like that content creation aspect where we're talking about like, people will like make something and like I'll make something and I just put it out there. And I really don't give a shit if it gets 200 or 200,000 views. Yeah. And I see a lot of like entitlement in aspects where people create a video and they, put an hour and a half into something. Like, why didn't this get 5 bajillion views? Like, fuck YouTube. You know what I mean?
Like 10 views, I'm happy.
That's what I mean, man. I do it because I enjoy it, and I enjoy challenging myself, and I enjoy paying homage and paying respect to things that I enjoy, like that Charizard statue, right? So again, leading back to one of the reasons why I'm opening up this studio, right? So yeah, I appreciate you, man, like even like watching that all this stuff as well too. But yeah, it's a lot of work. And
you're talking about like views and being humble. I kind of like attribute it to this. Like, say you post something and it gets like 80 likes, right? Like, say if you're like sitting, you're like, for instance, you're sitting in the studio and 80 people walk through your
with
door.
80 people? I say it all the time.
Dude.
Literally, we were just talking, me and White T-shirt guy were just talking about this comparison, because I was like, could you imagine if this dude, because we were talking about that video, and he's like, man, like, I feel like that video should pop off for like, like, I can't believe, it's not getting, I'm like, hey dude, like it is what it is, right? Like we put our passion into it, and if it's there, like that's what matters most, obviously. Would 1 million views be cool on that video? Fuck yeah. I'm never going to be like, oh, 1 million views. Like that'd be so fucking dope, man. It was, you'd feel liberated and like, oh man, a lot of our work went into that. But I said the same thing, or we talked about the same thing. Like, You know, if you had 80 people walk into this back room right now and they're like, bro, this is fucking awesome. Dude, that'd be a party. You know what I mean? That'd be stoked. It'd be like, yeah, it'd be a huge banger of a party, right?
When it comes to stuff like
I
that.
always, when I'm doing live streams and I have like 60 people in my live stream, people are like, oh, wouldn't it be dope? I'm like, nah, dude, because I have a tight knit community of 60 fucking legends in here right now. And 60 people is a shit ton of people. You know what I mean? So, I enjoy doing it. And again, like I said, this is all boiling back down to why I'm kind of opening up this location. I'm opening it up obviously for the sustainability aspect in buying and selling and trading within the hobby and that kind of stuff, offering consignment services. I'm really pushing having the opportunity to kind of like showcase different people's artwork, different people's like creative outlooks and perspectives, like even like, you know, having your guys' podcast playing in the background, having other people's videos jamming on the TV, having people's music playing that's, you know, about Pokemon or that kind of stuff. So
I keep hearing someone breathe. Who is that? Is that
It's
you?
not me, no.
Wait. Everyone stop for a second.
it's not me.
That's weird.
Who was that?
I
That
don't
wasn't
think, I
you?
feel like it's not.
I thought I heard it for a sec too. It's a ghost, bro. Who knows?
I just
The
hear,
ghastly
like,
Actually,
behind you are a
before
haunter.
you got, when you were on and we didn't have you like full and you talked, we're like, do people really think there's a ghost in here? Maybe there is.
Somebody
It's not
is.
you
There
doing
is.
it. I get the it was him doing it.
It's the nose
haunter.
rings.
I'm
The
all,
haunter behind you,
you,
bro.
you see me go, like I was holding my breath the whole time.
Your nose is pierced.
Again, we're doing that again.
Oh,
Sorry, I totally didn't interrupt. That
That's
was
okay.
really. I was
No
like,
worries.
what the fuck is that?
I heard it too, and I was like, honestly, I'm like, who the fuck's mouth
So
or
you're-
nose breathing right now?
So how many? So the I was thinking like you know like you go to like one of those places where like they have like rooms kind of subbed out to different vendors. Is that kind of like a possibility? Something you might be considering in your place?
Definitely. So there's a lot of variables we're taking into consideration there. Like Soul understands what it means when like you guys obviously will too, but like when I say guest spotting a tattoo artist. So we eventually in the future we'd like to have it. Obviously there's health board standards you got to abide by. I already had the health board come through and they're like, yeah, it's definitely a possibility. Certain aspects that you have to have arranged for that. But like that's one variable of it. Like you said, it's a multimedia creative art studio and game shop in the sense where I want it to really be about networking, really be about people from the community of all different walks of life coming together and sharing their passions and their capabilities and that kind of stuff. Having a spot for guest spotting a tattoo artist who would come through that primarily deals with anime stuff or, you know, Pokemon related tattoos where you could have them down for a weekend, show them around Niagara Falls, you know what I mean? And then have like an event based around them. Have you guys, or like obviously as an example of creators, down for a podcast. Hey guys, this weekend, you know what I mean? In the back end of the multimedia area, we're having a podcast with the Unweighed crew, you know what I mean? That kind of aspect, right? Always have something going on no matter what the circumstance is. Always have something going on during the daytime, whether it be, you know, a buy is coming in that day and I get to meet somebody cool within the community I've never met before, whether I have creators coming in who are doing a YouTube video. Shout out to a Collector. I don't know if you guys don't know Collector is. They're based out of Toronto as well too, from the app that just recently
that
popped
app.
off a little while ago. Phenomenal. If you guys haven't downloaded already, download Collector. They're going to come through for a podcast and just being able to network with them. Shout out Graded Guard. Min hit me up and was like, hey man, like I'd like to send some stuff out to you as well
Hell
too,
yeah,
which
dude.
just
Fuck
blew me away, man, because like I know a lot of people like, oh, that's cool, but like it really humbles you when like people like that reach out and they're like, hey man, like I like what you're doing, you know, I respect your grind and your hustle. So I'm that same way when it comes to networking with those kinds of people, right? There's certain people that'll reach out, like have already reached out to me, you know what I mean? Like, bro, I got all these dope cards, I'm gonna put them in your shop. I'm like, one, you approach me in the totally wrong fucking way by being like, I'm going to, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I've had people reach out to me and be like, hey man, like I have this art that I'd like to showcase. Like I'm like, yes, please, most certainly. And again, like I said, it goes back to like showcasing that kind of stuff. There's artists that I've already reached out to as well too, where doing crazy Pokemon woodworking, doing crazy Pokemon sculptures and that kind of stuff that I want to have in the studio where people come in, they're like, where do I get that? I'm like, well, you can buy that one right there. Or you can hit this person up. Here's their business card.
Yeah.
They're online. Where are they based out of? They're based in the States. They're in America. But it's having a central hub where you can have all of that kind of stuff there. You know what I mean?
Creative.
I don't want to. Yeah, that's I'm huge on that, right? And I'm huge on the understanding, in fact, that like your reach is only what you can make it. And if you're not willing to kind of like push yourself out there, whether it be to other locations, or other people, and help grow your audience, then you're never really gonna be able to do it, right? And I found a lot of people have reached out to me for just that reason, and we just resonate well, or I resonate well with those kinds of people, and I'm like more than willing to kind of like collaborate or co-collaborate, as they like to say, in those capacities, right? I shouldn't say I hate, right? But like, obviously we've all walked into game shops and we go there to buy cards because that's the only place where we can realistically get something, where you walk in and it's that stereotypical game shop. The place is a fucking mess. There's no respect. People are yelling and cursing. There's no like, you know what I mean? And that's cool.
No
sometimes I'm not. literally no customer service representation, no like self-respect or no common decency for the person coming into your store, having to step over all this shit on the ground, or like the way that you're, talking to your other employees or your friends in the shop or any of that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, people I shouldn't say fall victim, but like you have, like, that's your options, right? You can go to, you can go and buy it from whatever, you know what I mean, GameStop, which is totally fine. I still shop there and everything. Or you can go to the game store that has the product that you actually want. But it's like, man, do I want to go in there and Joe's going to be like blowing his nose all over the fucking cards as he's going through them and yelling at somebody on the phone? Or like, so when it comes to like our studio, like I really wanted to kind of like reinforce the fact of like, we're not like, you know what I mean? We're not like, all super uptight or anything, but you can expect to come in and not just find items, but find an experience, you know what I mean? Where you can come in and find cool stuff, but also find like a cool atmosphere. And I'm really big in that kind of stuff, right? I've worked in so many different aspects of like retail, where like I've kind of like taken pieces of this over time and been like, okay, like this was kind of cool, but this was like, no, you know what I mean? And now it's all kind of like applied to a location where I can like I said, I can comfortably and confidently say like, come here, and I can, 151%, hopefully, guarantee you guys are gonna have a good time. Yeah,
I was gonna say that was number 3. I think that's like the number 4. I think that's kind of like my main thing with like shops and like kind of like the community as whole, and like why sometimes I'll get into sales modes and sometimes I don't. Like there's like a certain way like these, I don't say these people in the hobby communicate with each other, where it be like, lacking social skills because, they don't get out a lot and they spend entitlement or like,
that's,
so like for me, it's like, like going into some certain card shops, in San Antonio, like you go in there and they're just like, oh yeah, hey, and like that's it. I'm like, okay, but like there are good shops where like, you walk in, they're like, oh, what's up, like, and you can have that good back and forth. So like I would love, it's always nice going to a place where it's like, okay, this is how I would run something.
He's trying to change this. You're trying to change the standard, which is much appreciated.
So that's cool.
And the part that you said where you have artists coming in and you're giving them a platform, because not many people can edit or do videos or get their reach out, but they have amazing art and you're able to help them with that. That's
showcase
legit.
It. Legit. That's so taking into consideration like how I did the Charizard statue unboxing. So I'd like to do that for people's artwork as well too, right? Like, hey man, send this kind of stuff in. Like for Graded Guard, I said the same thing to Min. I said, when you send that stuff over, I did the same thing for Collector. Like if you check out my Instagram, like I did a quick commercial for them the one day. He was like, dude, you didn't have to do that now. And I know that I don't have to do that kind of stuff, but I like to, because I see the passion and dedication behind people who are you know what I mean, committed to like doing something that they're proud or they're passionate about, and I like to reinforce it. So having a studio space where, like you said, Bulbo, where like I by no means, like I'm never tooting my own horn, bro. Every time I go to edit something, I always try to learn one small thing, and if sometimes it's maybe a bigger thing, I'll challenge myself, but I always try to learn like one thing that I can apply, right? So there's 1,000,001 people out there who crush content 1,000 times more better than myself, right? And I look up to those people and try to learn from them as well too, right? If you're not open to constructive criticism, you'll never fucking learn anything. But when it comes to like the skills that I have, developed over this time from my dedication to that kind of stuff, I want to utilize those to help, like you said, people who don't have the capability to do that kind of stuff. Like, hey man, like bring some stuff into the studio. Let's collaborate. Come on in, drop a piece off. Like I'll never be the type of person to be like, oh, I'll always do something for free. Like I'm way past the point of doing things for free anymore in my life. I've done that enough. So yeah, like bring something in. If you bring in, a piece of your artwork that I can put up on the wall or I can sell or whatever the circumstance is. Yeah. Consignment perspectives, whatever it may be, I'm down to collaborate and network in those capacities. Bring your stuff in and I will help illustrate it further. Is it going to get a shit ton of views or anything? No, but you can utilize it, take it as it is, and do whatever you like with it. You have free, creative capability or rights for it realistically. But like going back to what Juju said, yeah, like there are so many places we did our, when I say like over the years, I've done my due diligence as far as like gaming places and stuff like that go, man, I've been to every TCG place, every person's, I shouldn't say everybody's house, but like, every person who's selling out of their house, every person who has like a little loft where they have a little shop, all the way up to the most like well-known places around here. 401 Games, showed up 401. I used to work for 401 Games here in Ontario, Canada. Awesome business as well too. And just having the insight there from certain perspectives and seeing how things are run, kind of like, yeah, there's parts that I would do different myself. And then there's parts where I'm like, yeah, I would definitely like to apply this. But yeah, like you walk into shops and people like, so it's like, yeah, bro, like I'm here to like support your business and like to help sustain what you're trying to do as a passion. And like you walk in, you don't have the, common decency or
Yeah, say
courtesy to be like,
hello.
hey man, welcome to my store. Like, hello, like, how are you? So yeah, it goes back to those aspects where it's like, yeah, within the hobby, like there's, like Bulba said, there's senses of entitlement, I feel a lot of the times. And again, the opinions are like assholes. I know I'm just talking out of mine realistically, right? But there's lots of entitlement, and there's a lot of people who just like I said, who have a game shop and they just think they're swinging their Dratini around. If you catch my pun, being like, yo, like, yeah, look at my collection. And it's like, yeah, dude, that's fucking great. But guess what? Like, you're an asshole. And no one's, the people that you do have in here are probably also assholes. And you guys just are all a bunch of assholes together. You know what I mean? So, and I'm trying to, develop a location. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to develop a location where like, we do know our shit stinks. You know what I mean? When we have a business, and just like everybody else's, but we're also down to earth and humble and want to have a location where people can come in and feel comfortable no matter what. Right. And at the same time, also have a location, like I said, where it's mine in the right sense, where when people come in with that attitude, you're gonna be like, hey man, like just that's bad juju. That's energy we don't like here. So if you want to change it up, awesome. And if you don't, fucking leave. You know what I mean? Like
There's the door.
It's just there's the door, man. And it's that reality, right? So we're really and when I say like we at the end of the day, like it's myself really conceptualizing and developing and putting in the renovation hours and putting in the time into this location, right? Like I haven't even brought, like, there has been no product realistically in the shop. That Charizard statue and a single pack of Brilliant Stars that I opened for one of those vlog videos, and I pulled nothing, so I cut it out. I was like, first pack in the shop. First, I built behind the scenes. I was like, first pack in the shop. We got this. I opened it up, and I was like, okay, we're gonna cut that out entirely. Fuck that. And fucking Facts, right. Exactly. Good time. You got it. Yo, round of applause now. Hit the round of applause.
You got
that one right. Yeah.
You love me. You really love me.
There hasn't been a single product in there or anything yet. It's all just been the renovation process thus far, and now we're just kind of like getting up to that point where I have inventory starting to kind of like trickle in. I'm getting my shelving and all that kind of stuff up.
What's like
cabinets are coming in stuff? So
what's like your
like opening anticipation?
Yeah, like when's your opening day? How much longer do you guys go?
So we've been expecting. I set out to push myself for a soft launch for the end of this month. Being absolutely realistic, I like from my standards and like the standards I'm holding myself to, I don't feel like I'm quite there. I would love to be, but I don't want to rush it. Right now, I'm literally paying like rents at multiple locations right now, right? So it's really crunch time when it comes to that. Everything I'm doing is out of pocket. I've been funding this entire project through my personal collection, just cards that I've accumulated over the years and stuff like that, with the sole intent of utilizing them to kind of like, assist with developing this location. And I don't want to rush things. I don't want to open it up and be premature. First impression is everything when it comes to a space. There'll be a lot of people that come through that know me personally, and that'll support it regardless. There'll be a lot of people just coming in off the street and be like, oh, like this place looks like it's not quite finished, right? But so I'm hoping for the end of the month. We're pushing really hard. I'm there 12, 16-hour days, sometimes really like crushing it. If we don't, it'll be the end of next month. And then that'll be my soft launch, where I literally just kind of like turn the open sign on, let people know. And then in the middle of summertime, we're going to do like a grand opening kind of like party. I'm going to have like an event where like I invite, everybody out, content creators, locals, all that kind of stuff. Just like a collaborative mingle session, you know what I mean? And do like kind of like a grand opening.
So what you're saying is we need to get a green passports.
Get your passports. Green cards. Get your passports. Green cards. I'm like, yeah,
we need to get our passports soon so we can.
How far are you from Niagara Falls?
Certainly. Like when you cross the Buffalo border, like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm right there.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Are you thinking like May or June?
June probably for like my grand like drink. Maybe
works.
even July. Maybe even July for like
Canada.
I'll be down.
Unless there's a freaking.
Well, the problem is it takes like 3 months to
Omni
get a fucking. It takes like 3 months to get.
No, you can pay extra. You can get it like really quick.
Express.
Yeah, you can. And
well,
if
I'm going to Florida in June for my birthday. So and I already took that time off.
I have family in Florida. That's
dope.
So
Florida,
Canada.
That's good. I know.
I'm already. It's a family trip.
Canada.
Family,
anyway,
no family.
Like you were saying, like bringing people out. Artists, stuff like that to like guest spot or whatever. So what you're saying is I'm going to have 2 chances to come out there.
You're going to have an opportunity to come out tattoo, and you're going to have an opportunity to come out with the crew. Yeah, most certainly. You guys have unlimited.
He's going to tattoo my face on
There's a lot of people. Yeah. Oh, that's savage, bro. Don't
dude, who is your favorite Pokemon?
Fucking idiot. Who is my favorite Pokemon, bro? I hate to be like, I like Charizard. He's my favorite Pokemon, but if it wasn't Charizard, then it's probably this guy right here.
Scyther,
yes.
Hey.
I have, man, I can't say I have like favorite. I have a couple Pokemon tattoos, but like they're of my favorites. I have a Charmeleon tattoo because I love Charmeleon as well. I have a Shining Gyarados on me because I love Shining Gyarados. I have a Scyther tattoo because I love Scyther. But I'd say my top, just to rank them, I'd probably go Charizard, Gyarados, Shining or otherwise, Scyther, Haunter, Charmeleon, I'll just leave it at that.
Who's your
'cause it was,
least?
like,
Who's your
fucking-
least favorite?
My
Size
least
always, like,
favorite
my favorite.
Pokemon right now. My least favorite Pokemon is probably El Creamy. It's probably my least
Is that a real
favorite
Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the fuck
See what I
out of
mean,
here.
bro?
El Creamy? That is my new favorite Pokemon. I don't care what it looks like.
Al
Then there's
Creamy.
El Creamy and Garbodor and
Yeah, the
just-
Trubbish
there's
or whatever.
some-
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know who my
Trubbish
least
is
favorite
Literally
Pokemon?
garbage.
It's
You know,
literally
you know who my least favorite Pokemon is?
What?
Fucking Snom. That thing looks like a
Oh,
fucking
the ass.
penis.
Yeah,
It looks like a fucking penis, dude.
Do you guys?
it does. It kind of does. Yeah.
Dude, I don't think your
Kinda
penis
does
looks right
actually.
then.
Yeah.
I don't
Do you
think you're
remember-
what kind of penises
Do I
are you looking
remember?
at?
Do you remember the very first Pokemon card you ever got? Because I'll tell you mine
It
real
was
quick
a.
before you go. What's your?
Yep,
Where
it
you go?
was-
You go. You go.
Mine was a Charmeleon. So
Charmeleon?
actually, my first ever Pokemon card was actually a Fire Energy, and then my actual Pokemon was a Charmeleon. That was my first one. That's kind of why I got a Charmeleon tattoo as like my first Pokemon tattoo, because that was my first Pokemon card was a Charmeleon. Yeah.
So that's funny. So whenever time I think of baseball, I think of like the Toronto Maple Leafs. Wait, no, that's
Yeah.
that's
hockey.
That's hockey.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the
Toronto Blue Jays.
What's the Blue Jays? There you go. So I was actually at a baseball game, and I'm pretty sure it was the Astros, maybe against the Blue Jays or something like that in Houston. But before that, we went to like a bowling alley thing, and
I went bowling.
they had those like vending machines where they just have random shit. So
Yeah. it's like
in
a
the
card
vending
comes out of
machine
it.
was a Tangela by itself, and that was like my very first Pokemon card. Was
Dang,
Tangela.
it's
Pretty badass.
Do you-
Blue bowl of spaghetti Tangela. Yeah.
It's fucking
Trey, do you like dragon Pokemon?
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
do it! Don't do it! Don't do it!
Dragon nuts on your
Like,
face.
like dragon? Like dragons?
Like dragon
Oh,
nuts on your
fucking
face.
damn it.
Got you, bro.
I set myself up, bro. God damn
Hey,
it.
who are you choosing
I caught
for this new out of the new 3 starters? Who are you going with?
Do you want my honest
I
opinion
want
on
your
which one I'm
100.
choosing?
I don't want you to lie to
Okay.
me.
None of them.
Oh,
None of them I'm
gosh.
choosing any of them.
Are you like me and every new
I-
game comes out,
I-
you use old Pokemon?
I'm honestly, man, I'm gonna say at this point in time, like, yeah, like I'll choose one. I'm gonna play the new game, obviously.
So if you're gonna
Like,
choose
any
one of the
Pokemon fan
3, who are you
wants
gonna go with?
I honestly don't know, bro. I'm not gonna say that I hate all of them, but I hate all of them. I just feel like I'm at the point right now. Right, where like I look back on like the games that have already came out, like even like Sword and Shield and like Let's Go and everything, and I'm like, I need to like play these still. I need to still go back and play these, and then I sit here and I turn on Pokemon Red, and I'm like, okay, everything's fine. You know what I mean?
I'm in my comfort place.
And then, yeah, I'm in a comfortable place, but yeah, man, I just with the new stuff. I mean, to each their own with it and everything, but like I'm just not at the point right now where I'm like enveloped into it, or I'm like committed to, like, you know what I mean.
You're not willing to take.
going
You're not
for
ready
it,
to
but-
take the next step with them.
I'm wondering if
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not
Are you
there.
tired
bro.
of it?
I'm not
Bored?
there. I'm not there. Am I
You're
tiring
like
you,
me.
bro? All right.
You're like
No,
me.
I'm not tired.
I've been playing my emulator on my MacBook, just fire.
There you go. Soul Silver for days, bro. Soul Silver for days. You know what I
Um,
mean? Just yeah.
I'm wondering if Cleavor is going to be in the new game.
I'm gonna say I hope so, because that was honestly just Cleavor is badass, bro. I'm finally excited they did something with Scyther like
dropped
that.
it.
My only thing is, I feel like Cleavor, and this is just my. Oh, I had another thing I wanted to ask you guys weigh in on as well. Weigh in on.
We don't do that here. We don't waste stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Unweighed.
I know.
But
I
I
had
say-
something I wanted to unweigh in on. I had something I don't unweigh in on. I felt that Cleavor should have been like a dark brownish green. You know what I mean?
hmm
Instead of like the earth tone, but like I can see, but like I feel like he should have had like a little bit of green in there.
Kind of
somewhere.
like
I
Swamp
can see why they didn't, because Sizor
Yes.
is a completely different color, and then they're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
make this one a completely different color, but it's kind
Make
of
this
in the
one fucking,
spectrum.
yeah, we'll make him brown. Yeah.
Make him
And
shit
that
brown.
was my opinion.
Have you played that?
I want to put this out there. Have I played what? Sorry, have I played what?
No, we were joking about like if Pokemon, because they have black and white, but they need to make a brown.
Yeah. Oh my god. In fact, that's literally it right there. I wanted to ask you guys. So we were on my streams and stuff like this. We've speculated about this like 1,000,001 times, and I've talked about it 1,000,001 times. And I've wanted to get a petition thing signed and everything for it. But again, my buddy was like, "Yo, like get their opinion." And I thought we were talking about like just like Pokemon stuff earlier with like what if Pokemon, the Pokemon company, implemented. Because I'm like looking around right now at the fucking empty packs literally riddled across my room that I'm going to end up throwing in the trash realistically. What if Pokemon implemented a recycling-based program, rewards program, in which we're collectors who open up an exuberant amount of booster packs, and we all know, let's be realistic, nobody fucking recycles them, right? Nobody's like taking their Pokemon wrappers, putting them in a blue recycling bag, taking them out to the recycling thing. But I think it would entice and reinforce people recycling if Pokemon implemented something like a recycling based program in which you collected all your packs and they had a designated location where you could ship your packs to, and then there'd be like, like a promo card or something like that you got from it.
That'd
You know
be
what I'm
cool.
saying?
There's a lot of logistics to it.
I
Which,
think
of course,
For
they can
sure.
do it
Oh,
'cause
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
but like that would be cool if, like, just for the environment itself, it would be something really cool.
That's what I mean. From from an environmental
like
perspective.
kind of like your bulk, where you trade in your bulk, get a couple of cents to get something else, something like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like we were looking at like because I'm gonna say this right now. Like I'm not a pack hoarder, but like I have pack artworks over time that I've opened up that I don't just throw away. You know what I mean? Like older packs and stuff like that. And like I've accumulated so many, even from like generations and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been something we were talking about for a while. And there was like, yo, get other people's opinion on this realistically and put it out there. So when it happens, when the Pokemon company's like, yo, we're gonna introduce this recycling program, we can be like, yo.
It's gonna be like Fortnite.
I don't think it would ever happen,
honestly.
honestly, just because Pokemon's like, we don't need to do anything to get
Dude,
people to
we
buy
already
a
got
product.
billions of dollars.
That's we can literally do we can like just keep sending packs out there, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate part. Really,
And it costs money
right?
to recycle. I hate to
Yeah,
say
it does.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
it's facts. It's absolute facts. I just thought it'd be like a cool, like,
That's why
man,
this
you send
world
in,
is going down.
if you saved up, if you saved up 1,000 packs, empty packs, and you
Well,
sent
that'd
them
be
to them,
Well, what if they
recycled.
recycled it
And
and
they-
reused it though? Like
That's exactly what I mean. That's what I mean. They
Well, that's what
themselves-
recycle means.
No, but it could be recycled.
But they themselves.
somewhere else, but they themselves
the whole
recycle it.
process.
Wait,
Yeah, the
what
whole
if they
process would be
reuse
like-
it once we? Wait a minute.
Recycling.
Wait a minute. I
No, that'd
think
be the
there's
whole,
something going on here with this
Oh
recycling
my
business.
That'd be the whole aspect.
You know what's funny, Trey? Is when I look at
You send
look
it
at
or it
Juju,
could be
that's the
there.
voice I hear.
What voice? That one that he
Dude,
just
so then I have Pokemon cards.
Oh, very nice, man. No, but that'd be the perspective of it,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, I guess logistically, yeah, we talked about that before as well too. It'd be absolutely insane. But like when you think about Pokemon, like you just said, they got billions of dollars. So is logistics even really a thing? Is it more or less like, hey, we just got to hire some people, dress
Yes,
them up as
that's-
Garbodor and Trubbish, and fucking like let's go. You know what I mean?
Dude,
let's start
that would
making a
be
cool.
legit. Can you
Dude,
imagine like
trust me, I have literally-
a little garbage
Bro.
like that? And
No, they just have giant
Way to
Garbodor
make
and
those
Dark
Pokemon-
Trubbish at different
make
events.
those Pokemon cool. Make those Pokemon cool in the sense that
Give
they're
a
like
hoot,
helping
double
the
hoot.
environment, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
but I fucking hate
trust
you.
me, I've thought about it a million and one times. Yeah.
The real
I was like, I gotta
question,
pitch it.
the real question on everyone's mind is, when are you going to quit all this and become a full-time rapper, bro?
Oh, bro. Tomorrow, actually. No. Thanks, I appreciate that, man.
I
No,
wanna see if we can put the
I
outro
dabble
on
because.
this.
What'd you say? You were
If we can use like the music video, and let's see if we can like edit that as like
You
the
can just add
outro
it,
and just like
yeah.
at the end.
Just holler at me. I'll splice it in if you need to.
There you go.
I appreciate it. But yeah, man. Honestly, I do the music kind of stuff because just like Soul said, like I have a background. I shouldn't even say like a background, but like all my life growing up, I've been heavily involved in music in one way or another. Right. I play a little bit of guitar, but I played drums like my entire life. I had an opportunity to play recently because I hadn't played in years. Like I hadn't been actually behind a kit in years. And then we started developing the Pokemon like metal music with my buddy Tommy. Shout out Tommy Wood.
Tommy Wood,
And
what's
like
up?
crushing that kind of stuff. Yo, everyone say what's up, Tommy. But yeah, I was starting doing that kind of stuff. But when it comes to like the hip hop stuff, yeah, like when I was younger, I used to be in a group of individuals where we all did music in some capacity, and I always wanted to do a little bit more rap or like nerd oriented kind of like rap in that regard. And over time, I really wanted to integrate like the hardcore stuff into it. And I think over time, as time has gone on and music has kind of like evolved in all different areas, we've kind of seen that kind of stuff. And now we see a lot of that kind of stuff where it's like nerd core rap sort of deal, whatever you want to call it. Right. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it, but like I really enjoy it right now in the sense where I can apply it to like the Pokemon stuff that I'm
Yeah, it's
doing.
awesome.
So if you like, not to toot my own horn or anything, but if you like really like watch that like Arceus Blessed video or whatever, like there are so many like little hidden subliminal Pokemon related things,
Oh,
even with
yeah.
the puns and stuff like that. And
It's awesome.
And I love, yeah, thanks, man. I love like meticulously like putting that whole thing together. Now,
very well
obviously
written.
thanks, man. But that kind of stuff takes so much time, you know what I mean? Over the summer, we plan to hopefully do a couple like really not like high budget music videos. I don't have a fucking high budget for that kind of shit. I'd love to, but like you know, a really like time and resource dedicated videos to really like kind of like push those out there a little bit more. I'm sitting on like quite a few different tracks right now when it comes like the Pokemon related rap or whatever. It's funny too. Like I popped into Pat Flynn's live stream like a little while back, and he's like, "Oh, Trainer Tre is a dope rapper," and I was like, thanks for summing me up as a dope rapper, bro. But like I don't do just that. But like, it was like cool because like it's funny how you see like certain people's like perception. You know what I mean? Like some people might stumble upon my channel, first thing they see is that video, and they're like, "Oh, this guy thinks he's a Pokemon rapper." But like, it's just like I do it as like a joke. You know what I mean? Like I like take on this, you know, personify of like.
But it's a very well written joke. I can't get over how well written. Like if you guys haven't heard these songs, like you, so one like 2016, 17, there was a dude, I wish I could remember his name, and like his...
Billy.
Huh?
Billy.
Was it Billy?
Yeah, Billy.
Billy Bob, I think it was.
But he used to do these like Pokemon like rap songs, and they're like very cringy, and like you couldn't like you'd be like, I can't listen
It
to
was
this.
any minute.
Yeah,
But you can
I know.
actually
I think I recollect who you're talking about.
I can
Yeah,
actually
I think
listen
I've
to
heard
your
stuff like
songs and be like, yeah. So like, if you want me to
That's
get on a
kinda
verse,
like-
Pokemon
yeah.
Juju, you know, I'll drop some bars on your shit.
Yeah,
dog, you know what I'm saying?
bro, I'll holler for some hard.
Little
bro.
do you guys know,
You know?
I have a couple of like rap songs that I
Do you really?
shit.
and that
So,
that we
let's
should
go.
have a rap off that I actually.
Yo, that'd be sick. Soul and Juju on a verse. Yo, I'll like record the
That
track.
I'm actually
bro.
not
Two
bad at rapping.
16s open.
Yeah.
Send it.
Yeah.
Yo, let's go.
And
Let's
the
go.
rap
I want
the
'em.
one that I do have, it's like all anime based.
I can only
Yes.
rap about food. I'm not
Yo,
even
I'll
joking.
take that.
Like, I'll be with my wife,
Rap about
and I'll rap about food.
Brock's donuts, bro. Rap about Brock's jelly donuts, bro.
Oh my
There you
god,
go. You know what I'm
bro!
saying?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying, man. There was a lot. Again, it's
I'm
another.
gonna find this
perspective of which,
video
like,
and
I
send it
looked
to you
at
after this, probably sometime the next day or see if I can find
And
it.
I'm
But it
probably
was
gonna be
so
like,
bad.
I watched that, and that was painful to listen to. Yeah, that's why I kind of did it. Right, I wanted to create something where it was like mixing, you know, like the stylization of like some like hardcore stuff and some badass rap and that kind of stuff, and just make it Pokemon related for like, you know, people like ourselves that enjoy that kind of stuff. And I just do it for fun, man. Honestly, like it's like a stress relief thing for me. Like when I create music and stuff like that, like when I know I'm gonna hit the studio, whether it be record some metal polka trap, like I like to call it, or whatever, or whether it's like a rap track or whatever. Like when I know I'm going to the studio that day, and I've done a lot of that recording just here. Like I have an entire studio like right here where we do a lot of the recording,
In his
right?
bathroom.
But like, yeah, it's in my it's in the shitter right there. It's like good echo. Yeah,
He's sitting on the
echo
toilet while he
But no,
raps.
like I get excited. This is the shit, bro. Dropping the diglets off at the pool. You know what I'm saying?
That's number 6.
Number 6. But yeah, man, I get excited about that kind of stuff. It's a stress release thing for me. And if people dig it, awesome. And if they don't, that's okay too, man. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoy doing it. And yeah, again, like just going back to what Bob was saying earlier, but like I enjoy doing like all different kinds of stuff. And some days I'm gonna do anime Tre Pokemon raps, and some days I'm gonna get down to business and open up my studio. And some days I'm gonna sit here and listen to your guys' podcasts or other creators' podcasts and sort my bulk singles and trade them in. And some days I'm gonna just sit here and play my Game Boy. You know what I mean? But I'm always doing something Pokemon related or related to the anime nerd culture kind of deal, right? So
It was nice on Monday. I did my taxes while you did like your random Monday or during the day stream.
midday mega live streams
midday
where I
mega
just like
stream.
I'm gonna go live
You
in
just
3
sit there
hours.
Like, What's
and I
up,
just,
dudes?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking make a thumbnail in 30 seconds, upload it to YouTube,
There
get it
you
all
go.
ready, and then yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now,
Doing
let's see if anything we can plug in. How much have you hit your goal for the funds needed for this thing yet, or? How's that
honestly,
going?
man, like at this point in time, it's just been absolutely asinine with the amount of like, and anybody who's opened up a business ever, you always have to account for those like unforeseen overhead costs that are going to be incurred. You know what I mean? It's inevitable. It's going to happen regardless. Yeah, exactly. And it's unfortunate, but like as much as I accounted for it, there was so many other variables that were just unforeseen that have come into fruition. I'm grateful enough to be in a position where like I have kind of like the ability to have a community where I can be like, hey guys, like I'm looking to kind of offload a couple cards. It's going to help with the development of this. It's going to help development, getting signage, getting cabinetry. Just recently, even like I purchased some cabinets used. Obviously, I'd love to spend $4,000 or $5,000 on some ridiculous cabinets. It's just not in the cards. All poke pun intended. I bought some, older cabinets. You guys will see the update video of it as well too, and you'll see. And I've put 4 days of work into them, and it cost me another $400 of materials used to kind of like bring these back to where I wanted to. Which that money all collectively from all of that, I could have just bought some new cabinets realistically, right? So stuff like that comes into fruition you don't expect. Electrical issues where you're like you don't think about that realistically. Like I'm gonna have to rewire this whole entire back room. Just so many different variables, right? But yeah, like I said, man, I'm grateful enough to have a community that is like even just supportive locally around here and then online as well too, that have assisted and contributed greatly to kind of like that kind of stuff, right? So, which is really cool. But yeah, we're getting there, man. Slowly but surely, we're getting there.
Are you taking investors?
It's a considerable variable, we will say. I've had people already reach out to me, and I'm going to say right now, I've had people reach out to me who I'm again, it's not ever like being boisterous, but like I'm at the point in my life where like I know my worth, and I've had people reach out to me who I think see that as well too. The commitment, the dedication, just the creative capacities in certain regards. And I've been in enough circumstances over the years where I can fish out and I can smell that magic carp. You know what I'm saying? Where I can smell the magic carp and Goldine in the air, that fishy air where I can tell people are just trying to take advantage of a situation realistically, Yeah. Come in with, I had somebody approach me. I I'm not going to say fuck them, but like I had somebody approach me with a $60,000 offer, certain terms in and around there, being like, yo, trying to flash around with money and being like, oh, I could do this for you with it. I'm like, yeah, but like name the first 6 Pokemon. And they're like, oh, that doesn't matter. I'm like, that does matter actually to me a lot. When you come in here, I want to have a conversation with you, not only about whatever the investment perspective is, but about the community and the culture and what we're actually developing here. You know what I mean? So I'm sooner the type of person right now at this point where I'm at to kindly decline that, those kind of things, and more or less want to, do it myself, which is exactly what I've been doing. Right. I'd be much farther along, if that was a circumstance where somebody who was in a capacity that were a little bit more, well-versed in the hobby and the community, where it's more of a respect thing as opposed to somebody trying to take advantage of a situation because they see potential. But yeah, shout out investors out there, Studio 151, roll through.
But you better be able to invest in Pokemon as well as his business.
Yeah, you need to know the OG. You
gotta do it randomly,
not in order.
Too. Yeah, you gotta go what's number 46?
You need to know the Pokemon rap song word for word, or you will die.
Wait.
I saw nipples.
Oh, I wish I had it. I have the OG cheat sheet somewhere.
The plaque.
Yeah, the plaque. I always have it.
Oh yeah, there you go. He has it over there.
That. Yes, I have it as a wooden OG plaque. I just bust that out.
It's just 150 for more you see. Dude, we break out in song every time.
And if those people, and if that person doesn't break out into song with us, then I know they're not fit for it, right? So,
oh my god.
There you go.
Well, dude,
yeah, man, it's been a ride thus far.
Before we end, I had been thinking about something a little bit or whatever, and I wanted your opinion on it too, and y'all, because I haven't asked y'all yet.
You've been keeping a lot of stuff from us.
No, it's just like a random. It was like a random thought when we were talking about like investing and like the state of Pokemon and stuff like that. And since we're doing an interview with like his opinion, someone else's opinion too. I think like a crazy like thing that could happen that could maybe spark more interest in Pokemon would be like reprinting old shit. Not like
they've been doing?
No. Not
like reprinting Neos and stuff?
Yes, like not evolution style shit, but like reprinting like old shit.
Not about it.
Kind of like what they did with doing with like celebrations, like bringing back gold stars and stuff like that.
Yeah, or not just that too.
But the actual, but like, are you saying like the actual art?
Reprint,
I was gonna say, are you saying the actual like
yeah,
set,
like the actual art?
Yeah,
like the same exact base set cards.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen.
You don't think it would ever happen?
No, I mean definitely.
From my perspective, like we've discussed this before on the channel too, where I said it'd be really cool, like from the obviously not entirely like celebrations, because I think that giant gaudy symbol on the side is like, I'm not going to say it's horrendous, but like you could have put it more subliminally, cleanly, nicely, professionally in the corner with that thing, just gold, just a little gold Pikachu.
They could have put it in the background, like a hollow, like flashy thing, kind of like a in the back in the square. It would have been great.
Yeah. Totally could have done it. What I was thinking was like, what if they did something where it was like, okay, Fossil and Jungle were such small sets, combine the two in some capacity and print them in that variety or in that sense, and have like a collaborative thing where it's like, they're clashing, but at the same time, take the aspects of like the EX era cards, the first EX era cards, and print like, the Scyther EX that never got his actual shine from like that kind of stuff, or holographic cards like a holographic Dragonair that never got its shine. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. And actually like take it from the community. Juju's sitting there like, I'm
gonna give you my old head perspective. Leave the old stuff as it is. XY Evolutions was the most reprinted of base we're gonna get, but I think Wizards had a certain quality, if it was bad or good at times. But I think like, do not say fucking Watsy. I think we should leave the old and like the new.
So with Jungle and Fossil, you can just put them together like you said and just call it Jurassic Park.
Ooh, yo,
but I do like that though. The idea that you said like bringing back like Gold Star, bringing back like gold stars and stuff like that. Like I think that would be kind of interesting to like to print new gold stars or new shinings.
If they do that, you see a new set symbol.
Well, it would be a new set, but I would want it to kind of emulate the old art. I wouldn't want it to be this new like V's like.
Do they? No,
yeah, I know
like Primate V.
They own it.
Gold Star. I wouldn't want to see something like that.
I would say they do own like the rights to Jungle on all those sets because it's Pokemon, but I don't know.
I see where you're coming from too, Soul. Like most certainly, just to have that like again, and from the perspective of as well too of like I feel like the Pokemon Company could do a lot more with, and not shitting on the Pokemon Company, please don't crush me. But like I feel like could do a lot more like due diligence with actually following up with like people who have been in the community. Like I look at ourselves, right? There's people in the Pokemon community right now. You got to cater to the younger demographic as well too, right? The young trainers. I have a young trainer myself. Are the ones that carry the hobby along realistically, right? But when you look at like the people who have been like us, who have like grown up with this our entire lives, I feel like there's not a lot of like due diligence from the Pokemon Company being like, hey, what does our like older demographic want? Like, what do you guys want? You know, what would you guys like to see more of? You know what I mean? Like, do you guys want to see all of these ridiculous, like, you know, new stylizations, or do you want us to bring, or do you guys want us to bring it back, tone it back a little bit, and kind of like dig the roots up a little bit more, and kind of like, you know what I mean, cater to that demographic? You know what I mean?
It's super smart for that anyway, because we're the ones buying the cards for the kids.
No, because it could be this way. I got the perfect example. If anybody is into Yu-Gi-Oh, they do that shit.
Yeah, and it's fucking sucks.
I hate it because I have I have to look at the set symbol.
No idea what
set
it's from.
They're the same exact card.
Oh yeah, I see.
I was gonna say that.
Now that I think about it, I don't want it.
But there's so many there's variables in which
to use that example, and I'm glad you said it though, because
But see,
I have
Pokemon could look at it.
Magicians.
Yeah, Pokemon could look at it though and learn from that, right? They could look at it and be like, "Hey, let's not fucking do that." And then, as opposed to like reprinting it and being like, "What is this microscopic thing there?"
times.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh does it. It's like crazy. You know what I mean?
I
There's
saw somebody
800
talking
variations
about
of this
like
game.
bringing back first editions.
No.
What?
Oh, you mean like for like first editions in new sets? Like
Like bringing back,
for like the first run, make cards
that would be cool. I would like that. Like for example, like
that's
Chilling Reign first edition set.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what he's getting at. Yeah,
because
I think that would be kind of
Yu-Gi-Oh
cool,
never stopped.
No, they're fucking first edition everything. They just changed the set number.
But I also think like it's a money thing. They're like, hey, we don't have to change the printing like press or anything like that.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke,
It's Pokemon. They're like fucking Elon Musk.
They're
on top of
literally
that,
printing money. They're literally.
Well,
They are.
But on top of that, like honestly, I don't want anything extra because it's just so hard to keep up with the sets right now that we get.
Not if you're collecting 20-year-old sets.
But
yeah. It's hard to keep up in general, even with older stuff right now, with the fluctuations of prices, with like accessibility aspects, and like there's so many variables. And again, like I'm like the type of person where like I'm like Juju in the sense where like I'm super stuck in my way, not in like stuck in my ways, but like I love older stuff. Like that's my go-to is like OG stuff entirely. Whips the show. But I also am a big fan of newer stuff as well too, like certain sets and stuff like that. So it's kind of always like this hard draw between like just like Bulba just said, like it's so fucking hard already to be like, you know what I mean? Like I don't change something like, you know, up as is right now. Like it's another variable for me to keep up with. Oh fuck, now I got to collect first editions of the new stuff, not just the old stuff.
But the only reason why I like that idea is because like it gives like it would give me more like a reason to collect modern again. You know what I mean? To actually go and collect modern, because like, okay, this first edition is going to be vintage first edition later on.
Quick question. If they did do that, let's say they reprinted a first edition base set again. The first edition, are we going up in price or are we going down?
It's never going to happen.
I'm just saying.
No, I don't think it's going down, because still technically it's the first print. Like you'll be able to tell it's the first print.
Edition base then.
But that's what I'm saying. Is it
5th edition, first edition.
Anything that happens now affects the past.
Boy group.
Anything that happens now affects the past. So are we going to go up in it a little bit, or are we going to go down because they're showing the cards off?
I don't think it would go.
I can't honestly wrap my head. There's so much like what ifs right now, and I only give a shit about Wizards of the Coast.
So much speculative aspect.
I'm sorry, we're just trying to elaborate the mind.
Oh my god, yes. I'm coming to Canada now for sure, bro.
Get it, let's get it.
I'm gonna make us all shirts to say we love WotC.
Maybe not reprinting. Maybe not reprinting old sets, but I'm definitely for adding first editions, like bringing back first editions.
I like the concept for sure. I could.
And the idea you had.
Pokemon Tomorrow did it. Yeah, sorry.
And the idea you had, like giving like old cards that should have been hollows, like new hollows.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Like again, I think it just falls back. Like there's so many variables that Pokemon could, you know what I mean, could take into consideration, that you just, instead of like just printing all these like new sets into oblivion and stuff like that, kind of like take a step back and like reassess from the perspective of like collectors who carry this hobby to where it is now, and kind of like pay respects in that regard. You know what I mean? But like, it is what it is. Because like I said, I look at it from this way, like Juju said, like they'll never print anything, but like I think that's where like that accessibility aspect right now of like, man, I would love to, like, bro, I have this Team Rocket pack here, that I will never ever open up because I don't know when I'm going to get my hands on another one again. Realistically, would I love to just rip this with you guys here on the podcast right now?
Let's
Fuck
go.
yeah, for sure.
So we're ripping
You know
this
what I mean?
podcast, guys? We're ripping this back right now?
No,
No,
it's that
Was that unlimited? Was that unlimited?
One of
Or,
us.
was that unlimited or first edition?
that was unlimited.
Oh, okay. Now,
Team
the
Rocket's my
other
favorite
thing you have
set.
to think about too is we're thinking
No,
it
it's
from the
not.
collector
To rip,
side.
it's the easiest.
Oh, to rip. Oh,
To
yeah.
rip,
Yeah,
it's fun.
we're thinking about it from the collector
yeah.
side. The reason they reprint so much is because the player side, because they always have to have new cards to
Yes.
play and
Yeah.
to get them to want to buy.
Because
the
first and
cards.
foremost, they're a Pokemon
game.
is a TCG. You know what I mean? Like,
TCG, yeah.
Listen,
Like an actual card game, not a CCG. Yeah.
it's going to be hard
Watsy.
for me to change this.
Yeah.
None of these problems are problems that I even think
Nope.
about because I only
Nope, it
collect
doesn't.
things up until
And-
2003.
And I love it
That's
as well
that.
too, because like I honestly, there's points in time where I'm like, yo, like I'm done with all like the newer stuff up to like certain eras, certain EX eras. I'm like, yeah, okay, for sure. Like sounds good. But yeah, there's points in time where I'm even like, I was opening up Evolving Skies and I thoroughly enjoyed opening that set. You know what I mean? I enjoyed opening up Evolving Skies. And then it's price spiked. And I'm like, man, I'm not paying fucking $240 for a booster box of this.
that's
right
how
now.
much they're going for right now?
Okay, keep in mind, keep in mind, Canadian. Keep in mind,
Yeah.
Canadian. So like
Oh, okay.
$35 American or whatever the
I'll
fuck.
give you two,
Yeah.
I'll give
gallons of
you-
maple syrup.
I was gonna say I'll give you 2
Yeah,
gallons of
exactly.
gas.
I'll give you 3 beaver tails. I'll give you 3 beaver tails, bud, and a fucking double, and give me a box of Evolving Skies. But yeah, no, it's just stuff like that where I'm like, okay, could I spend $230 on a box of Evolving Skies right now, or could I buy a base set, moderately played Blastoise and Venusaur for that same price
buy a
right now?
pack.
From like that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like, there's points in time where I look at it like, yeah, sure, I enjoy modern stuff, but like, now I'll pass and I'll just get something that I really truly want because I'm looking at it like there'll be times where I'm scrolling through, I'm like, oh, do I need to spend that on a card? And then I go over the other screen, I'm like, hey, order that booster box for $190. Okay, do I need to buy that card? And like, I just fucking bought it. I just bought that card. You know what I mean? So again, like at the end of the day, what I think it realistically is collect what you love,
Yeah, exactly.
and just pursue that entirely, right?
Which is the
Just,
topic
like,
of
do
our
what you love.
video prior to this one.
Well, that's what you love.
Which
If
you
you haven't
guys,
watched it,
if you
guys,
haven't
go to the last
listened to
one.
us ramble for the past 2 hours,
hours, which has
go
been
back
great.
and watch the last one and listen to that one as well too.
So we'll end it on 2 notes. Wizards of the Coast is almighty.
Watsy.
And
Watsy for
oh my
life.
god, I'm gonna kill you guys. And number 2
gonna make
is
sure it's-
poutine all the rage in Canada that we hear about in America. Is
But
poutine
you're,
that great?
but you're asking about my
We-
donuts.
Well,
and then he's
I've
got
never heard of
poutine.
donuts, but I've heard poutine
I
plenty
like that you
times.
saved the most important question for last. Me personally, like on a cheat day,
Do you
poutine is
fuck
like a
up?
go-to.
You just
Bro,
Okay,
fuck up.
don't hate me, but what is
Don't hate
poutine?
you.
Okay, tell
Okay,
it.
poutine-
Enlighten him.
Poutine is Arceus's gift of a delicacy for humans to the world, in which fries in all certain capacities and sizes and wedges and forms and stylizations are compiled together with all kinds of different cheese curds and gravies of every mouth-watering flavor you
never
could
had poutine?
possibly
I'm
fathom.
still not being told
And
what
then
this is.
you put it all together.
I don't
And then
understand
you
it.
put it all together. It's fries and gravy and fucking cheese, bro. And it's
Oh,
phenomenal.
okay,
All right,
okay.
all right.
You would love
Fries
it.
and gravy and cheese.
I would
Yeah,
probably
we have-
love it. Yeah.
We have a place around here, and it's called Smokes Poutineery, and it's actually like famous or whatever, right? Like it's so famous that people take the sticker of the guy's face and fucking slap it all over the place. But yeah, you can get poutine that's like cheeseburger poutine and fucking.
Do all
macaroni
they service
like-
poutine there?
Yes, strictly poutine. Yeah,
All right.
I haven't had poutine
When
in
we
probably
come
like a
visit
year and a
you,
half. Now I
Name it
want it.
that.
Bro, it sounds like
you want some
I'll
poutine?
say
Do you want some
it's all from-
poutine?
I love
it's
you. You
French.
want some poutine?
It's French, I think.
So
yeah.
we're gonna come visit you,
Punani.
and you're taking us on a.
That's what it
We're gonna
sounds
go
like.
rage it up on some poutine.
Yeah.
We'll grab some poutine and we'll go down to Niagara
We'll all
Falls
share
and we'll just
some
look at the
poutine.
falls.
You're gonna have to get me a
Yes.
hold of some Canadian Leaf energies, and then I'm
I
gonna
got you
go
covered
rage
there,
on
trust
some.
me.
some
Literally
poutine.
here that like it goes like this is how it goes for stores. It goes Tim Hortons, Leaf Energy Store, Tim Hortons, Leaf Energy Store, Poutineery,
I love
Tim
it.
Hortons, Leaf Energy Store.
Sounds like I need to go to
That's-
Canada
Right.
ASAP.
That's Canada for you,
Well,
bro,
dude,
yeah.
it was freaking awesome talking to you.
Yeah,
I feel
man.
like
Very,
we know you
very
so
awesome.
much better now.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
Appreciate
glad
it.
we
Thank you
busted
guys
the
as well, too.
virtual cherry. I could, dude,
Yeah,
the
man.
screen would freeze every once in a while, and my heart would go like.
Same with yours. Every once in a while, it'll be like, oh shit.
It's probably the same
It
time.
maybe
Yeah.
happened. It maybe happened
Yeah.
5 times throughout the whole
Yeah.
2
So if you're
hours,
watching the
so
show,
But it's
oh well.
good.
shit happens.
It is what it is. Yeah.
But if you're
Yeah,
listening,
exactly.
guess what? You're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
There was
to
a,
go.
there was a
Listen,
couple
yeah, man,
little like
never mind.
audio hiccups, but
There you go.
yeah.
I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to come on the platform as well too, and kind
Hell
of just
yeah.
talk how I typically do when it comes to business and that kind of stuff. It's really awesome
Hell
to be able to
yeah.
have people who just kind of like want to just shoot the shit from that perspective, right? I like fucking around on my channel and everything and joking around and making jokes, making an ass out of myself, but in the same capacity, I like talking like this. So thank you guys for having me on here as well too. Appreciate it.
And we'll either have the link to
I,
it, or we're gonna play out we'll have the outro. Your song.
Can I shameless plug? Can I shameless plug on the end real quick?
As many as you need.
Follow me on IG at Tre.Grim. I might be changing it back to Trainer Tre shortly, but for now, at Tre.Grim. You can follow us at Studio X151 to keep updated with the shop. There's not a lot of stuff on there. Additionally, if you guys like Pokemon merchandise, look at this. I have clothes right here. You guys can go to trainertre.com.
Dude, we need to pick some of that
Did you mail
up.
some already to us?
Yo, you guys want some? Do you guys want? Go to www.trainertre.com.
Trey, real quick.
Yeah.
But a Machamp in the back doing steroids.
Doing steroids.
Yo,
That's what he wants.
well, I already
dude.
have the arms. I already have the arms on the.
I
side,
love
so I just have
the
to add
face.
4
I love the
arms.
face of that. Just like how you have it on your little emojis on your chat and stuff. I mean, it's
So if you
fucking
actually I'm not like honestly not even shameless plug, but like even like this is just showing like there's actually so many subliminal things on here, like his number, and then like he's getting scratched by a Charizard, and then like the fighting energy, and then actually on his thing he's wearing the Machampion belt that is like his dad's ring. You know what I'm saying? And then it actually says Machamp on the knuckles, and then like Ma, and then I don't even know. It says father in like. Oh, there's so much fucking shit on
That's
there. Anyway,
dope, dude. I love that.
you guys can check out my website, and there's a lot of dope Pokemon merch on there. We put all kinds of stuff out there.
We'll
all the
have
time,
all that
and,
linked
yeah.
in the bio for this episode as
Thanks,
well.
man.
Okay.
Seriously, appreciate it. All that kind of stuff always helps with development of my content, develop of the studio, all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate it. And shout out to everybody who always super scoops up all that shit all the time. Appreciate you guys. You guys said you wanted to get to 100 subscribers, and I'm going to make sure, 151 squad, we better get these guys to 151
Appreciate
subscribers.
that. Hey, do you have like a streaming schedule, or you just kind of go on when it fits into your
Dude,
schedule?
at this point in time, I'm all over the place. Honestly, it's when time kind of gets allocated. Usually I do late night legendary live streams and they start around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I'll do mega midday live streams and they start around 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
The best way to keep up with them is put notifications on it with them. Hit that bell.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Trainer Tre and
Hit our bell too.
Yeah, hit your bell.
I don't think
Ding
we've
that
ever
shit.
said that.
Ring a ding the bell. Yeah, ring it
I don't
down.
even think we have a bell on here. I think the closest thing we have is.
My bell. There you go.
You know what? I don't think we've
Nice.
ever asked people to follow us yet. What
What you guys need to do
like,
right now,
on
real
here.
quick, is you need to follow the Unweighed Podcast. You need to hit that subscribe
We've been
button.
talking
Mega
for
punch
8
the shit out
episodes
of the
now. We haven't
subscribe
asked you guys. So, like, if you want to watch us, it's okay. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
We're still gonna do this no matter what.
Do it or
Yeah.
don't do it. Do it. Don't do it. Whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
But on top of that, we're gonna be at Collecticon.
Oh yeah. So
we always say that.
We
always
They've been saying that for like 5 months.
I gotta get out to a Collecticon soon, man.
Dude,
like
you should
honestly,
come.
there's been so many
The closest
opportunities.
one
but yeah,
to you is probably gonna be Colorado. It's like in
Denver?
October.
phenomenal. I was speaking with somebody about developing like a
No, there's
Canadian
gonna be one
variable
probably
of that, but like, man, I gotta hit one up. I definitely gotta get to
It's
one,
just
man.
called
No-
Cards, eh?
fucking hey, fucking cards, bud.
Cards, eh?
Come,
Don't you
fucking
know?
cards, eh, bud?
Yeah, no, dude.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
if Collecticon is like fucking crack for like Pokemon cards.
I gotta go. For sure. The
You
networking
could be a vendor
opportunities
there,
are
too.
phenomenal, I can imagine. Yeah, man, I definitely I'd love
Studio
the opportunity. It'd be pretty sick.
151. Yeah.
Good luck at Collecticon too, guys. I mean, you don't need it, but like I know you guys will have fun. But enjoy it.
Yeah, we're
man.
excited.
Enjoy it.
We're excited.
Yeah,
All right,
very
man.
excited.
Well,
The
it's been
opportunities, you know
freaking
what I'm saying?
absolutely a fantastic
Guys.
time talking to you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, it
It's
is.
no relax size shit ton, man. I appreciate you guys for your legendary bro. Mad respect. Thank you kindly.
All right, guys.
Yes,
From,
sir.
See you, blessed.
from Trey and the Unwighed
everybody.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Until
Later,
next time.
guys.
Of course. Yeah. Till next time, guys.
Later.
Bye.
Peace and all that fun stuff.